Hello everybody and welcome. I have not fucked up the ratios of where everyone is on screen, so we're good to go. Already said an F-bomb, demonetise me harder. I'm Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet. For those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. There will be more of these at some point. I know the last one was like 2 or 3 months ago. Today we are going to be playing not a mission, this is more a adventure from Candlekeep Mysteries. I'm Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet. Today I'm joined by, I guess we'll go around from the top. So we've got Rob, the DM. Hello, Rob.
Hello, Rob. Hello, Vince.
Do you want to... I didn't even ask you to say hello, Rob, and you said hello, Rob.
Oh.
You're too used to this.
I am. Hi,
Do you wanna...
yeah, people know who I am. I hang out on your stream, and I DM your stuff.
Good. That is Rob's only existence. When he's not DMing my thing, he actually ceases to exist. He's like one of those... He's an NPC. Toba... Toma from MTG Goldfish, because he doesn't have his own identity, he's only known on Goldfish.
Hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm here.
Cool. You can find him on Goldfish making Commander content and moaning about my use of Gaia's Cradle. And then new this time round, so Ashlyn has dropped out for this session, and we've got another person filling in. They're one-shots, so it's not like we have a recurring people. We have Connor, also known as the Spicy Nine Man, is that right?
Close enough, baby boy. Let's go. I'm here for numbers. I'm here for dice. I'm here for caves. Let's be it. Yeah.
I've never had you call me baby boy before, and I didn't realise I'd like it so much.
You and all of the fan base.
So should we just jump into it then, Rob? So do you want to just take us away? One last thing, chat. I won't really be reading chat much. I will get involved with you a little bit if we have some downtime, and notifications are off as well. So don't worry. I know I'm normally super active with chat. We're just gonna play D&D, and you can come along for the ride and similar. Right, Rob, take us away, my friend. Take us away.
Okie. So, as people who have watched the previous D&D adventure may recall, one of the characters from our previous adventure was Bridgen, who renowned world-class chef and bard. And our adventure starts with you, Bridgen. The Simbar chili cookout is the jewel of Chisanta's culinary season. Expert chefs from all over Faerun compete to concoct the greatest and most explosive chili that they possibly can, overseen and judged by the great Chazar himself, which is an enormous red dragon who rules Simbar. Only one chef.
That's when you know you're high level, right? When your cooking competitions are hosted by like red dragons.
Exactly. Only one chef has ever managed to make the great dragon's lips sizzle, and you, Bridgen, are that chef, and you are returning to defend your crown against any rival.
All right. But
when you arrive in the city, you find it is overrun by plague. Insidious fungal spores have spread throughout the city, turning any foodstuffs exposed to it into puddles of sour slime. But that's not all.
Oof.
Creatures that succumb to the plague become staggering husks within a day, muttering the word Xanthoria over and over. If not treated quickly, the victim becomes a lifeless magenta ooze. So, pretty horrific situation to be in as the cookout has become. Now, Chazar will not let this stand. The Simbar chili cookout must be saved. And the red dragon charges you, its champion, to rid the city of this Xanthoria plague. If you cannot, Chazar will be forced to purge the city and its residents with fire. To aid you in your quest, Chazar has enchanted your trademark giant soup ladle with the power of dragonfire.
Oh, wicked!
So
good for cooking with.
Absolutely. If you speak the magical command phrase, it causes flames to erupt from the shaft of your club, which lights up things like a torch, and you do an extra 2d6 damage to anything that you hit.
Wait, what is the phrase?
Magical phrase, yeah.
The magical phrase is, "That's one spicy meatball."
That's one spicy meatball.
Italy isn't real.
I hope we don't have any Italians joining us in chat. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not going to do the accent, though. It feels very insensitive.
Yes, it probably does.
Connor can do that. He can get away with it. Right.
Your bardic knowledge tells you that Xanthoria was a druid who wrote a series of essays on the symbiotic relationships in nature. And their work can be found in Candlekeep. With this clue in hand and the chili cookout to save, you make your way back to the Great Library of Candlekeep and your most favourite and most tiresome travelling companion of the past, Locke.
Yeah, that's the thing. As soon as I realised I got to Candlekeep, I'm like, oh no, I'm going to have to deal with Locke again.
So you arrive in Candlekeep, and you make your way to the Hearth, which is the pub in Candlekeep, and you find Locke busy puzzling over books as he does. Locke, would you like to describe the scene and what it is that you're doing and what you're up to, etc. in the Candlekeep today?
All right. Well, I have chosen to study amongst the rabble today, and I'm a high elf dressed immaculately, have a flowing cape that seems to have like it kind of rustles in an imaginary wind, and all around me I try to have these books floating around my table to multitask and show how well I can handle juggling the arcane while researching. Perhaps, impress the locals around me as well to show them my arcane power. That's what I'm doing right now.
No one is impressed because there are 4 other people in the room also with floating books and great piles of things. You're as common as muck in Candlekeep these days, which is somewhat depressing.
To get to the bar, you not only have to get through the crowds, but like a dirty heaving Weatherspoons. There's just floating books everywhere as well. You have to push them out of the way to get up to order something.
Exactly.
I have little imaginary mage hands holding them up and flipping the pages for me.
They just use them as drinks trays, just floating along.
Yeah, just to do it by hand, surely.
No, I didn't study 5 years in wizard school to do it manually. No, I will be using the mage hands. The power of arcane.
No one tells a barbarian not to use an axe to cleave his foe. Would that not be easier by hand as well?
You can tell me that because I don't use an axe. Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Bridget, you spot your friend amongst piles of books. What do you do?
So I push through the crowd, and then I push through the floating menagerie of books, and I slam down my sketched drawing of the fungus in front of I looked up your surname a second ago. I'm going to use your surname because it's funny. I'm like, Mr. Soggy Smith, and I slam it down, interrupting everything he's doing. We're like, I need your help, and I need it now. This fungus. Do you recognise it? Do you know where we can find out more about it? Because I'm not that scholarly, you see. Pretty good with culinary things, but not necessarily book research. I'm more of a field chef, if that makes sense.
I just raise a finger. I don't look at you. I turn the pages. I'm like, what is it now?
Like, it's this! It's this! And I slam my fist down on the fungus. None of this arcane nonsense. None of your. Do you have any idea what this fungus is doing? It is stopping the insert name of place we were cookout. I have a reputation to uphold. I have a tradition to keep alive.
I'm very busy, right? I have a vault that I need to locate, and it has arcane wonders you cannot even fathom. And you want me to go to some insert place to deal with some funguses so you can have a cookout.
Okay, say no more, I know what you're saying. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I will provide soup and food for the expedition to the vault. I will do it. But first, we must find out what this fungus is and get it out of insert place name I didn't write down so that I can compete. So the world can compete. The world needs this. In so much turmoil and pain and hate, cookery is what keeps us human and or halfling, elf, dwarf or other. I hate D&D's race thing. It keeps us what's the better word?
Alive.
It separates us from the animals, even though
Unite
some of the
us
animals are
all
also
in common
sentient.
purpose, my dear.
Either way, you scratch my back first, obviously, and then I'll scratch yours. I get it. I understand.
You said the cookout is by insert big dragon, right?
That is what I said in my exposition. Yes.
Fantastic. Bridgen, if I help you with this, will you give me an in to talk to this dragon?
Oh, of course. We're actually quite good friends. He really likes my cooking. So we're quite close. You could say. I wouldn't say we're more than acquaintances, but not quite friends. So I can definitely get you an audience with the spicy. The spicy
is the name of the dragon.
I've got a notepad. I'm going to write things down.
It's spelt Tchazzar because all dragons are called that.
Like Charizard.
Yes,
Chazar.
Exactly, Chazar. He is the kind of the tyrant of Simbar, which is a city on the coast of the Sea of Fallen Stars.
Whoa! We don't just throw the word tyrant around, Rob. He's a respected member of the culinary community. Okay.
He's wasn't elected. All right.
He's a very fat red dragon.
You can't sit on the Sword Coast and talk about elections. Half these people are dictators. Look, Locke. Okay, I will give you an audience as long as you don't show me up. Okay, this dragon holds the keys to a lot of doors in a metaphorical sense, not a literal sense. He might have keys as well, but it's important for my career. I mean, I'm at the lofty heights, but I'm not quite legend yet.
All right, I will help fix whatever issue you have. You'll grant me an audience, and we'll finish this in a day's journey. I'm sure.
For the record, it's not my issue. The fungal infection is in the town. I have not got a fungal infection at present time. I will be very honest and transparent about that if that were to change, though, Locke.
I mean, if that's okay, but I would just say maybe stop by the temple on the way just to double check. You know,
I've covered it in butter, home remedy. Yeah. There's butter, and the butter. You've seen me use butter for all sorts of things before, Locke, haven't you?
Well, there's some memories that I cannot purge. Unfortunate. As try as I might, I have not found the spell for that.
Okay.
Butter bending, I call it.
With Locke's help, you're able to find the book that has the Xanthoria's various essays and kind of collected works. The book was gifted to to Candlekeep many years ago as just a means for somebody to get in to Candlekeep, because you have to give a nice a book of knowledge. And no one's really looked at it since. And it is disgusting. The book itself is covered in mold and fungus. And Locke, you kind of put on a pair of white gloves and sort of turn the pages very, very carefully.
Well, this is why I summon my mage hands, because I don't want to touch these disgusting objects as I read from them.
Okie dokie. Flicking through with your
mage hand, go for it.
Flicking through with your mage hand, you learn several things that could kind of point you in the right direction. Okay, so you learn that Xanthoria was a druid of Sylvanus, the god of nature. And her home was threatened by undead. By researching fungi and lichen, Xanthoria hoped to create a weapon that could protect her forest from undead invaders. So, all fair enough so far. At some point, Xanthoria's research became more geared towards creating a ward against death itself. So, if the theory being that if you couldn't stop death, if you couldn't stop the undead from coming through, just stop things from dying, and then problem solved, right? Which then leads naturally to lichdom, and the druid started trying to find a way to naturally become a lich rather than magically become a lich.
Which is an undead creature.
Yes. According to the book,
some flaws in her plan.
Yes, exactly. According to the book, Xanthoria never discovered the source of the undead incursion that prompted her initial research. And the further through the book you go, the more kind of rambling and the more kind of mad the treaties become. Kind of culminating in this idea that it would be possible to store your life force in other living beings. Is sort of like the gist of where this research is kind of leading. And you discover that this benighted woodland home that she was trying to defend the entire time is called the Lycortha Expanse, which is a forest surrounding a natural cave complex about 100 miles northeast of Candlekeep. So that is where you need to go, the Lycortha Expanse.
Hmm. Last time you won, you were right on a technicality. I thought that was just a canvas that animated itself. No, it was a dragon lich. All right, we've dealt with liches before, Bridgen. We have our first lead. This is like Lycortha Expanse. I think we should get on with it. I want to meet this Chazar already. You want me to channel the raw powers of the arcane for something as trivial as a little travel time. How
Like
far
I
away?
said, at 150 miles, give or take. So
Oh,
it'd take you a few weeks to walk there.
ah. When's the cookout again?
People out.
Oh, okay. All right. Fine. Fine. You make a valid point. I do have the teleport spell, so I guess I could use that. I don't know the range of it though.
I would say,
Destination must be chosen by you. Oh, I could just teleport to that area?
yep.
Heck yeah. All right.
Cool. So all you
Br-
need, for accuracy's sake, you need to know kind of like more or less where it is. But given that you've got like a map and a description, it's going to be absolutely flawless. So yeah, describe your teleportation spell.
I make several very elaborate flourishes with my hand. I go into my mind palace to envision this beautiful Lythoria expanse. I touch Bridgen on the shoulder and I say, "My friend, you trust me?"
As you reach for me, you feel a cold and then suddenly a warm metal, and you open your eyes, and I'm handing you a mug of soup. And I'm like, before we go, Bridget, I'm Bridget, before we go, Locke, we should make sure we are well fed. And I inspire you. You can have a D10 of inspiration for the next 5 hours as you perhaps reluctantly sip on my soup.
I already know the drill at this point. If I refuse the soup, he's gonna pester me for the next 10 minutes about it. So the point is, you just kind of like treat it as medicine at this point. Just get on with it. So I take a soup. It is delicious, but I don't want to give him, the satisfaction of that. I'm just like, all right, we've had some soup. Let's go, Bridgen. And I cast a teleportation spell. Beautiful runes appear below us, and then suddenly they flare up with arcane power, and then boom, we're gone.
Okay, you are gone. You teleport out of Candlekeep, and we move perspective to the Lycortha Expanse, and an intriguing figure approaches the cave system. Connor, why don't you describe your character and how your character would approach this situation?
So Clarence Deathlit has been on the trail of this mysterious fungi for the last few days or the like, however long it has been going on for. When it first cropped up, he was immediately on the case. He could not let such a wonderful town full of such delightful people meet their horrible end because of this. So he immediately hopped on the case. He found a couple of tomes, he found a couple of leads, and he led himself here. He's this tall, 6'6", sort of deep green skin, half orc. He's wearing simple clothes, but in a stylish capacity. And just underneath, you can see that there is some chain mail hanging out there. He's got his adventurous pack on, his greatsword on his back, several amulets around him, and a magic ring on his finger. And he sort of looks across the expanse and just takes it in for a moment, nodding.
Okie dokie. Ahead of you, a darkened cave mouth beckons from beneath the forest canopy. Growths of green, brown, and grey lichen cover the cave mouth, and a small stream flows deeper into the yawning darkness. You're about to take a step forward when, in front of you, mystic runes appear on the floor in front of you, and you step back as powerful arcane magic occurs right in front of your face, and two figures pop into existence directly in front of you. One is dressed in robes, denoting him immediately as a wizard. The other is a curious fellow with a giant ladle and a massive tankard of sort of soup on their back. They just appear in front of you. Bridgen and Locke, you turn and you see that there's a simply dressed, green-skinned orc about to sort of step towards you, but then it has been taken aback by your sudden arrival.
Parisian, are you servants of the creature which is that a ladle?
Hello, fellow traveller! And I underarm him a croissant.
Thank you. Not quite my thing, but I appreciate it. What are you doing here?
We are here to rid this Lycortha Expanse of all the fungus corruption, so that my friend over here can do his cookout.
Fantastic.
He makes it sound so simple. It's more than just a cookout.
I'm here to meet the mighty Chazar. All right, you're here to cook some food, and we're all here to defeat and cleanse this place of the fungus blight.
Wait, the cookout? The famous chili cookout?
Yes, the one and the same.
You are a contestant?
Contestant is a loose word. I would say forerunner, frontrunner, leader, source of inspiration, innovator. I'm the only person to make the dragon... I've written it down. I can pronounce this. I'm the only one who's made Trezar's lips tingle with the chili of my Athcatlan Athcatlan bonnet chilies.
Bridgeton Pendleslop, it's you! I
elbow Locke and I'm like, see, some people's reputations are worth it.
I never thought I would be able to thank you in person for the wonderful business that you brought to my little corner of the world. Thank you ever so much. So many tourists and fresh faces wander through town because of your gumption and your pizzazz. Thank you. And I go to shake your hand.
And I shake your hand back and I do a little curtsy and on my armour like clunks really clunkily. I'm not used to this.
Well then, comrades in arms, shall we go forth and defeat this evil?
I turn to Locke. You ready? You ready, buddy?
I guess we have one more for the road, yeah. And what is your name, fellow?
I stand with my greatsword cleft behind me and I look up into the sky. I am a simple scholar and amateur chef. Clarence Deathlip is my name, and it is my pleasure to make your delightful acquaintance.
This fellow is charming. Absolutely charming. I say this out loud.
I'm surrounded by chefs. Oh. I can warp reality. The fabrics of the universe is my plaything.
So can I, but through...
Nobody knows the mighty John Locke Smoggy Smith. I'm upstaged.
I audibly laugh at your surname. Sorry.
All right.
I pat Clarence in the back. You get used to it. It gets easier with time.
Time. A herb.
Yes.
That's the end of the sentence.
All right. I spin around, flourishing my cape, and I say, "Onward to cleanse this fungus blight." I walk forward.
You step forward. You make your way into the cave system, and it's not long before you get into a spot of bother because it is incredibly dark. There is the occasional spot of bioluminescent fungus, but more or less there is no light sources whatsoever, which is no bother for the elf and the half-orc who can see in the dark. But Bridgen, you are a lowly human. If only you had a light source.
Well, of course, I knowing it, seeing it's getting dark, I light a torch, and then I do a little. I've got to flavour up these abilities, Rob. I've got animating performance, so I can make it live for an hour. So what I do is I sprinkle some paprika on it, and I would smoke it a little bit with a little bit of a flintlock flame. And I throw it into the air, and then the torch is now alive for an hour. It gains all the properties of a dancing item and just bobs around. And now my hands are free for adventuring.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
And I nudge Locke again, and I'm like, look at the magic of culinary delight.
Yes, you mastered rudimentary spices.
It just smells of cloves and paprika. That's as the torch swifts along. It's basically a giant cinnamon stick on fire.
Which proves to be quite a balm, actually, because as you make your way further into the cave, the smell of kind of decay and kind of loam, that sort of loamy earth smell really starts to pervade. But fortunately, the cinnamon stick does a good job at masking a lot of that scent.
I thought it was going to be, oh, the fungus is flammable. I'm like, oh, no.
Bridging this was actually a very smart idea.
You venture forth into the cave system. Hopefully you can all see some cave.
I can.
Ooh, let's
see on the
show the
map.
people at home.
Ooh.
We now have a map. Hopefully you can move all your bods. Apologies for not having actual dynamic lighting, but this will be good enough for our adventure. As you make your way into the cave system, you hear in your mind's ear horrible screams of pain, which pull you up short. Ahead of you, stalks of slimy violet mushrooms as tall as a person dot this cavern. Mycelial tendrils drift from the domed roof of the cavern, softly pulsing with a mauve glow. 2 humanoid figures lie suspended in the strands 10 feet above the cavern floor. These 2 unfortunate chaps. Their flesh intertwined with the oozing tendrils. And as I said, in your mind's ear, you can hear them just screaming in pain and terror and madness and begging you, just like, please, let it stop! Save us! Please save us, for the love of God!
Are they connected to, like, the fungus from the ceiling, do you say?
That's horrifying.
Suspended 10 feet above the ground, like kind of sticky marionettes.
Hammond looks left and right and says, should I, for the sake...
I mean,
are they
honestly,
they're fused with the fungus, yes?
Partially.
I mean, the only solution I can think of, friends, is fire and lots of it.
okay, can I do some sort? I'm gonna try a check of some kind. I'm gonna whatever medical knowledge I've got to understand how badly deformed or damaged from their original form do they seem.
Okay, make a medicine check.
Oh, chat, check this out. Watch this.
Oh.
That's an 8, chat. Hang on. Hang on. I am not. But +4, 12.
12.
That's pretty good.
Okay. You can see that the strands of kind of the mycelial fibers, where they've touched the skin of these people, so like along the face or like down the shirt and on the arms and legs, it's becoming to kind of fuse with skin itself, and they're starting to become either absorbed or becoming sort of mycelial themselves, which probably accounts for the psychic help, like screams of help. Because as seasoned adventurers, you know that there is some kind of weird telepathy thing that goes on with some fungus creatures. You reckon that they are probably more fungus than man at this stage, and quite possibly beyond much help.
Okay,
Beyond their just constant living agony.
I'm going to throw out an idea. Is we cut one loose as an experiment, and if he comes free and he's all like, "Thank you," we cut the other one loose. If he's in excruciating pain, that we have to put him out of his misery and then perhaps kill the other one. I mean, that's just throwing an idea out there as a chef who's not used to dealing with humans being absorbed into fungus.
Well, I too am a chef, and I'm not at all experienced with humans that are being turned into fungus, but they're ruined now already. I think it is best if we just end their suffering rather than experiment on these poor lumps of meat.
That was a sinister way of putting it. No, I still think we should try and save them if we can. I'm thinking perhaps we sedate one of them and then cut them free.
I mean, if you want to get in there, get your hands dirty, and
No way am I touching it. I'm gonna cut it from a distance here.
Fair enough.
Okay,
I'm going to cast mage armor on myself just as a precaution, and
Cool.
maybe yes, we can sever them from the main.
I'm pretty sure.
Doors.
Do I have? I have. Charm person's not going to put them out of pain, is it?
You need to render them unconscious somehow if you want to remove.
Okay, I guess I'm just going to bonk him on the head with my
fireball.
ladle, then cut him free.
You step up to the first one, and like I said, they're suspended like 10 feet up in the air, so you've got to really reach.
I can turn large like 6 times a day. So I'm just gonna.
True, but I mean, it's fairly straightforward.
Oh, it's not okay.
Okay. You got to reach up to bonk them, and you whack the guy on the head, and his screaming stops. In your mind, his screaming stops as he falls unconscious.
I turn back and I'm like, not too bad. Good start.
I guess, yeah.
As you do so, you hear a rustling sound coming from behind you, and Clarence, you turn and you see that a perfectly ordinary-looking 8 foot tall mushroom suddenly begins to move.
Behind us! I ready my great axe, great sword, and I back away from it, hoping that the mages will help out here.
Everybody, roll initiative.
Cracking.
All
right. 16.
Oh, 20.
19.
Look at that chat.
15 for me.
My initiative bonus is I got 24.
24.
Oh wow, we are speedy here. Quick
We
to
are
react.
indeed. Absolutely. Okay, Bridgend, quick off the mark. You immediately stop fucking around with suspended people as you see 3 mushrooms come to life. What do you do?
Do they seem hostile?
Yes.
Okay, and how far are we away from the mushrooms right now?
So each square is 5 foot. So you are 10 feet away from one and sort of 20-ish away from another.
Do we just fireball them?
You're asking.
This is me
You ask me.
Asking opinions.
If you can,
no, I've got. Yeah,
if you can bring them all in one spot, sure. I don't know, Bridget. You work with mushrooms all the time. You should. You should have this fine.
Okay, I'm gonna just fireball them and see if we can kill these off quickly to try and help these people out who are suspended. Fireball's area of effect though is 20 feet, right?
So very carefully, you could hit.
Throw it behind them.
Those two there, or this one on its own.
I need to move up so I get the. Oh, I see. There's 2 there and there's 1 there because the fog of war's hiding it. Okay, I'm gonna hit the 2 by lobbing a fireball between the 2, but far enough back not to burn our new half-orc friend.
It's absolutely fine. That is totally doable.
Cool.
What's the DC on that fireball?
It is a. This is pandemic Vince having not played D&D since we last played. I think you do a check, don't you?
I need to know what the spell DC is.
Oh yeah, my spell DC should be. You need to do a dexterity saving throw against my DC. It's 16.
Okay, so 16. Okay, so that's 1 failure. And wow, another failure. Who would have thought that things that grow on the ground, I have low dexterity. So yeah, that's 2 failures. So fire away.
So 8d6. Oh, this is the good stuff. I get to roll 8d6 on screen.
Yeah.
Did you cast fireball? What does it look like when you cast it?
So I literally I won't use everything from my ladle. I pull a coffee decanter from my belt and use that as my implement, shall we say. And I just pop the lid off and I'm like, what's a culinary thing? Voila! And then like a ball of fire just like courses out the end of my coffee pot.
Okay.
86. I got D6s for days. That's 7. One more. Right. Oh, this is exciting. I get to roll so many dice. I didn't think I'd be fireballing anything today. Right. First one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. 23 plus, I guess, my modifier, right? 23 plus...
No, I
No,
think
it's
it
just
is
23.
23. Yeah.
Just 23. 23 to the first one.
Well, it's same damage for both.
Oh, okay. 23. I thought it rolled differently. Warhammer has taught me bad habits.
Okay, cool. Your fireball goes off, and in addition to burning the giant mushrooms that have come to life, you also set fire to several bits of kind of surrounding fungus. And when as you do so, like it seems to set off a chain reaction, and all the mushrooms and kind of flora in the in the cavern that you can see all start to just shiver with I don't know, maybe anticipation or perhaps warning. Hard to say. But what we can say is that this mushroom didn't like being set on fire, so he's gonna come and mess you up. It lurches clumsily towards you and lunges with a large, meaty fist. If anybody's played Dark Souls, you're going to know what this is going to feel like. Let's see, 22 versus AC.
Yes.
Okay.
AC is 18.
You are clobbered by a surprisingly thick fist. Take... that's pretty good. That's 9.
Yeah, shiitake mushroom. Thick.
Take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And 18 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
18 points of necrotic, okay.
You all right there, Bridget?
I'm okay. I'm doing alright. I'm just checking
Mushroom
my
sort of like
resistances.
staggers over to you in a sort of a lopsided, clumsy way, raises 2 big fists and just like thumps you on the head. Lacking all kind of style and combat kind of ability. They're just sort of very base creatures. A second one lumbers up to Locke and does a similar thing, rolling a 11 versus AC.
Does not hit.
Okay, cool. Locke, your mage armor is doing God's work as the fists come down and you sort of raise a hand and like an imaginary kind of like armor plating appears and just like clonks against it. Locke, your turn.
Okay. There is a fungus in front of me. I will try to move away from it with... Oh no, it's right beside me.
It is.
Does 5th Ed have attacks of opportunity? This is me getting confused with 4th Ed here. Do you get attacked if you move away from it?
If I move out of its threatening range.
Yes.
I will use Misty Step, which is a spell that I can use as a bonus action to teleport a little bit away from this creature. And I'm going to go... Gosh, this is not great. Here?
Sure.
Or like here. This far. It is 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Something like here. So I'll use that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will use my other action, my main action, to use Firebolt. And I will aim at this little mushroom over here.
Okay.
Which one are you shooting? The injured... Which one's injured more? Although they got both the same damage.
Both got hit, yeah. So...
Hit me with your firebolt.
So does a 27 hit?
A 27 hits very, very easily. As one of your kind of your classic cantrips, what does your firebolt look like?
I have to make a large gesture.
Naturally.
And I say, I summon the hellfires of Avernus! And then I just like aim forward and I shoot a little beam of fire, concentrated fire. Just sizzle it.
Okay.
This is like little points.
And damage is?
13 fire damage.
13 fire damage. Very nice. Cool. Very nice. Unsurprisingly, fire works quite well against these creatures, so it definitely doesn't like either of these last two attacks. The third one stumbles forth. Hey, Bridget. And
Oh no.
tries to club you to death. That is 16 versus AC.
You plonk straight off my chest plate, and I laugh heartily. Ha ha! Mushroom!
Jolly good. Clarence, welcome to the fight. What are you doing?
I bring out my greatsword and I hiss, "Die!" as I lunge forward towards the mushroom that I saw moving first. So this one that has not yet got any people nearby it. So I charge that and I go to attack.
Okay.
I just need to work out how to roll on this app. I think that did it, maybe. If not, did it?
That was
No.
roll damages. No.
No, I'll just roll. Just roll a d20.
Okay.
So it's just +7 to hit with my greatsword.
Mhm.
22.
That is a hit.
Sweet, and 2d6 +2. 7, 8, 9 damage with my greatsword.
Very nice.
As a heads up, you did roll correctly on roll 20. It rolls 2 to tell you advantage, disadvantage at all times.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
hover
I
it.
see.
It was 1d20 +7, so you hit 14 if you were at disadvantage, 25 with advantage. I guess you always hit the first one if you're not with neither, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
You agree that, I guess, before you
For
start.
some reason, that did not show up at all on my screen when I just clicked that button. How strange.
Oh, we've got it. There's a chat box on the right of the map. Chat can't see it when I move to the map because I've
Oh, I see. Oh, I forgot they're linked together. Gosh, I'm a fool.
Yes.
All right.
Well, just roll whatever makes you feel comfortable. There's no loss.
I like that I have auto card anywhere, so when I mouse over the word greatsword, it appears with the magic card greatsword.
Wait, there's a magic card called Greatsword?
Yep.
Oh.
Anywho, sorry.
I will also. I think I actually get 2 attacks. So.
Yes, I believe you do.
I cleave what I imagine to be a slice of mushroom off, and I'm just gonna go on for the backswing, just slicing through it again.
Very nice.
I will roll away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. So 27.
Oh, very tasty.
And
that is a natural 20. That's so. Give me some
that's
extra
natural.
damage,
Oof.
please, sir.
Sweet. How do I do
Big
critical damage?
So you do extra. So 1 extra dice of the dice that you roll.
Sweet. So 3d6. Well, I'll just roll them physically because it's fun.
Sure.
Right. Ooh, 3 6s.
Oh, very nice.
Where was this when I was playing Warhammer earlier? 12, 18, 20 with my greatsword.
Very nice. The first hit wasn't all that, but the second hit is huge, and you just take off the entire one half of the kind of the cap of the mushroom, and it falls down splat.
Any good chef knows that the first cut is never accurate, but once you get into the groove of things, just start slicing that boy up.
Absolutely. Can I just double check? Your greatsword damage is 2d6 plus 4, not 2d6 plus 2.
It's 2d6 plus 2 on my sheet, but I'm happy to take 2d6 plus 4.
Well, according to your the character sheet that you put in our group says you have 18 strength.
Oh, I re-rolled stuff for the for D&D Beyond. That's
okay.
It's the only change, it's just plus 2.
Okay, no problem.
That's right.
Okay, cool.
Sweet. And then I think I don't know if I can do anything else. Again, I have not played Dungeons and Dragons in a very, very long time.
So you can do a bonus action if you have. Are you on Beyond D20?
I am on Beyond D20.
You can filter your actions by bonus action to see if you've got anything else useful you can use.
So you can.
Sweet. I've only got my rage.
Rage is the only other thing that I think you can do.
But I'll wait to use my rage for a little bit. I'll just take off a couple of slices. And I
Despite all his rage, he's just a barbarian in a cave.
just a chef in a cave, baby. And I'll turn over, turn to my back and go, I have this one. You two continue the fight.
Okie dokie, and continue to fight they will. As Bridgen, it is your turn. You are surrounded by mushrooms. What do you do?
Right, I'm going to smack the weakened one with my first attack. Where do I do it? There you go. Cool. Let's look at the cam, chat. Oh, chat. Look at that. Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, chat. I'm going to dab. When I do a natural 20, I do an extra thing. I was reading it a second ago. Because I've got great weapon master. On your turn, when you score critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0, you can make one melee attack as a bonus action. Okay, so I've hit you with a crit. So my weapon looks a bit like this. It's 1d8 plus 3, so it's 2d8 plus 3, right? For a crit. I should have all these dice ready. I'm so unprepared, everybody. That's a 2d8 plus 3. That is 7 plus 3 is 10 for the first one. I'm then going to take my bonus action from the crit. And I'm going to use my great weapon master thing, my Bob, to make it even more special. So I can take a -5 penalty to add 10 damage to the attack roll. So this one, I spin the ladle around and go for like a really rambunctious one. And I turn to our new half-orc friend. I'm like, watch this! 12. So 12 plus... so my normal attack is 12 plus... plus 8, so 20 minus 5, 15.
15 just hits.
Yeah, watch this, baby!
I really hoped you wouldn't either.
And that's 4 plus 13, so that's 20... No, 4 plus 13, 17. Jeez, that's hard. And I've still got one more attack coming. Is it
You
dead?
smash the top off the mushroom cap, and it collapses. So you turn your ladle upon the next one if you...
Yeah, and I've got my normal second attack. Here we go. 17 plus 8, so 20 million. And then...
Don't forget you can activate... you can give your weapon the flaming property.
I can! I forgot. Okay, I'll remember that next time. 10 damage for that one.
10 damage, very nice. Okie dokie.
Just like going wild with this giant ladle, like some sort of... Dance Revolution enthusiast.
Cool. One mushroom falls, and so that is a dead mushroom. So let's just take that off the old initiative order. Mushrooms. The one that Clarence, you have carved a few chunks off of, lurches at you. 17 versus AC.
AC 15. It hits.
Okay. Cool. You are clubbed. Damage is 13 bludgeoning.
Oh.
And that's 10. 24 points of necrotic damage.
Woof! What's your max HP?
185.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm fine.
Double my HP. What's yours, Tamer?
92. It's all right.
92. Why is mine so low?
Where's
rubbish?
how much was it? 24.
Constitution is a dump stat, Vince.
Yes, Connor, that's 24.
Now my con is 6 points. I guess
like-
Bard has a bad hit die, right?
I like to imagine that as this thing hits me.
I think you cut out, Connor.
Connor, you've cut out, unfortunately. Have you disconnected your mic by accident? Because you completely cut out.
I'm back.
Connor, can you hear us? Connor, we can't hear you. Mr. 8-Rack. Hang on, let me...
Please, Mr. Adrak is my father.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
hello.
is he back?
Oh no, if he comes back and it moves places, that's going to disrupt my...
Your delicate balance.
No! I'm going to have to leave and come back in and get people to leave back into a back in, like in the way that's going to make sense for the... Yep, so at the moment, Rob, you're Connor, and we've got a disconnected Connor as a Rob. Don't worry, chat. We'll be right back. Whilst we wait, though, just saying. Just slaying people with my big I'm a big ladle.
Certainly are.
Where else can
pretty
we
fun.
see you slay with your ladle, Vince? Now that we have a little break, do you have anything?
A soup.
Do you have
souffle?
perhaps a YouTube channel that the viewers can like and subscribe to?
What a fucking wild pivot.
Like,
Do you know
I'm
what
shameless on
also
that.
slays? My YouTube channel. Way!
Hey, just saying.
I
Can't
think
hear
Connor-
you, or see you, but I'm in the call? Question mark.
Try to reconnect. There we go. They've gone.
Okay.
Completely throwing everything off. I'm going to go face cam to keep the...
He's back.
Whilst we wait for Connor, do either of you need to take a break to grab some water or anything? How are you feeling?
I'm also at the end of my tea, and given that I have a break, I am going to run down and grab some more. So I will
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I will talk to chat
Okie dokie.
and
I
wait
will
for Connor.
be right back.
Profaxel, you are hyped for my crits as well, right? We gotta love a crit. Connor critted, I critted, we critted them all day long. Hello chat, how are you all doing? People asking, is my class a chef? Yes. I am 3 levels of warrior. No, 5 levels of fighter, 10 levels of bard. To create what I call a chef. Who and I inspire people through cooking. Talk to chat. Oh god, no, me and chat. We're good, me and chat. We're good. Let's just pretend I've thrown another fireball, chat. I like rolling dice. 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 plus 4, 15. Oh, that's actually not good, is it? Is 15 good across... What's the average? 3, 6, 9, 9, 6. That's just below average. So chat, I appreciate that you're all quite quiet because we're not actually getting involved with chat yet, but we're doing a little chat break now whilst Connor tries a restart. I'm currently... Oh, my 3D print has finished. How exciting. 3D printing some pretty wicked stuff. I do indeed have a YouTube channel. Can you roll your dice using a ladle? You know what? Next time we play, I will do that. Rob, your webcam has gone, just as a heads up.
Wait.
Rob's webcam has gone.
Oh no, we lost 2 now? Oh no.
No, Rob's back. Connor's just doing a restart. Proflax in the chat said next time I should roll my dice with a ladle.
That's a good idea.
Oh, that would be sick.
I think that's a great idea. Just have a little ladle and be like, oh!
I honestly
amazing.
thought when I said asked you to describe your fireball that you were going to like put the fireball in the ladle and then like throw it out.
I did want everything to be ladle themed, you know? I gotta spice it up a little bit. It's really funny reading the mechanical things that bards can do. And the idea that I've taken it just I'm not even being that like special, right? I'm just trying to do something that isn't the dancing and singing. And it just makes some of it so weird. Like being able to summon a boat through the power of cooking. I was saying to Toba earlier, like maybe I'll summon a baguette boat if we ever need a baguette boat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just a floating piece of bread and
Yeah, a magical bread bap raft.
This is one of the things that comes up in. I think it's described a lot in. It's either in Xanathar's or in Tasha's book about how like spell abilities, spell effects, and like the things your character can do don't have to be like as mundane as you think they are. And like spells can look and have a certain style, regardless of kind of like it doesn't matter what the theme is and what it looks like. So the fact that you have food-related things has no material impact on the game, but it's just a fun kind of visual gag to kind of run.
Yeah, exactly. I guess
cool.
it's that weirdness. I want to go to screen so we can all talk with everyone seeing us, but with Connor gone, it makes the thing an absolute mess.
It was cool
Maybe
to
I would just go
codify it.
to-
Like I looked at a lot of Tasha's stuff, and it was really great because a lot of those concepts I've seen at a lot of groups, like signature spells, for example, is something that I've seen in a ton of my D&D groups, and to see like that being suggested there, and also like races, like picking races based on stats is less appealing to me than just like picking them because they look cool and then it just fits whatever the class
I agree very well. I like the customer. Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
Hey,
He's
Welcome
back,
back.
baby! We actually go to the full
Clarence
screen.
blacked out for about 4 minutes there.
That was
The
a
whole
really,
party
I hit you so hard I disconnected.
Yeah.
Even the mushroom was like, okay, we can wait. And everyone's like, hold up, let him get back up, let him get back up. To finish your point, though, I agree, Homer. I also really hate the codifying of like racial benefits to races, but also it hurts customization too. Where like, I want to play a dwarf, but why should that make me slower or more? Well, they don't do that anymore, but not have the dex bonus that an elf has or whatever.
It feels
I
like
agree with
it's
that.
punishing you a
I
little
always think
bit.
of it as
But...
like it's a suggested kind of element to your character. Because one of the things that I think is really cool with character design and character creation is to think about like what's your biggest flaw? What are the things that you are shit at? And then kind of like leaning into that. So like if you're a character who's like particularly ugly, like making a thing of that. Like if your dump stat is charisma, for example, or that kind of thing, or choosing to take flaws and things like that. Anyway.
But anyway.
Now that we're all back again, Clarence, you were saying you were imagining as the hit landed. What were you imagining?
Oh, I'm just imagining that like the reason why I got socckered was because I was looking back at the ladle attack and being like, huh, now that is a lot of fun, and then turning around and immediately getting punched in the face.
Getting
By a big wet mushroom as well.
Just the wettest mushroom.
Extra moist that
absolutely.
mushroom.
Okay, cool. Right, now we're back on track. Locke, it is your turn once again.
All right. Well, my first attack was so successful.
You muted, Toma, or I can't hear you.
No?
Is Discord being weird again?
You guys can't hear me?
Oh,
I can hear you fine, Toma. I can hear Rob and Toma.
Uh-oh.
Connor, can you hear us?
No, I can hear everyone except for Rob. I've transmitted the curse.
Can I hear Rob? Is Rob saying anything?
Rob's going. No, Rob's gone dead.
Oh no. Yeah, it's muted for him as well.
Oh, Toma, I can hear you now.
Oh, there it is.
Okay,
it's
momentary
good?
blip.
Oh, that is so weird. All right, hopefully.
I blame the Canadian. It must be the Atlantic Ocean doing this. Surely, the other three of us are all.
I rolled a 1 on communication there. Sorry about that.
Okay, sorry,
okay,
Locke, your turn.
So Locke was encouraged from. I was encouraged from the first attack, so I'm going to do much the same thing. Do I have a good line of sight on the second mushroom
Yes.
over here?
Don't forget these chaps here are suspended 10 feet off the ground, so there's plenty of line of sight there for you to get through.
Cool. I will flourish once more. My hands aglow, making some mystical floating runes in front of me. And I say, I summon from the depths of the primal fire plane. And I point the finger and I just shoot a little firebolt at it. Behold!
Road hit.
I got another 27.
Spectacular. That is a good hit.
And I did 14 fire damage.
Very nice. You are setting these things alight. The room is filled with the smell of fried mushroom. But he's still standing, our little mushroom friend.
He's oil.
Still standing.
That's just me. I'm just
Oil,
leaking
paprika.
butter.
That's actually your sweat, canonically.
Oh, he sweats butter. Okay, mushroom time. He's gonna try and thwack you there, Ridgeon. Terribly though, as it seems. 12 versus AC.
No. Again, it just bounced off the chest plate. And I'm like, ha mushroom!
Cool. Clarence, your turn.
Well, I think I'm gonna still fight. Yes, Clarence, now quite angry, but controlling his emotions. He feels the rage building up inside, but he pushes it down. He knows that they're not.
Play to stereotype.
I'm not going to. I can.
You're better than that, Clarence.
Clarence looks at this mushroom and goes, I can kill you without being angry. And then stabs it in the head. Or sort of body head, I guess.
The tip.
So I'm going to, let's roll to attack. Babba-da-bing, babba-da-bing. Ooh, only a 13.
Okay, yeah, that is a miss, unfortunately.
Dang.
You aim for the head, but you've chopped off half of it already, and it's an easy sidestep for the mushroom to avoid your strike. But you do have one hit.
I will go ahead and hang on. There is something I can do with one of my one of my features. Hang on.
Reckless strike.
I'm just gonna sort of take the sword back, and Clarence takes a breath and goes, "Again, I don't need to be angry," and then goes to stab it again. Right.
Such control, such poise.
There we go. 22.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Nice.
cool.
Right. And let's roll some dice. I like doing this bit. Oh, yes. I'm going to use my Savage Attack here, which is a feat that I have. Savage Attacker. Once per turn, when you roll damage for a melee attack, you can re-roll the weapon's damage dice and use either total. So my first roll is going to be... 11, and my second roll is going to be... more than that. 16, 17, 18 damage with the blade.
Oh, very, very nice. You thrust the blade directly between those two sad, ponderous eyes, and pull the blade back out again, and the mushroom topples over backwards in a comedic fashion and dies.
Clarence takes a breath and says, and then turns with his great sword to look at the final mushroom.
No, definitely. There's 3.
No,
is
there's
there?
one. There's one still standing.
Oh.
Is he still here? Yeah, he's still here.
Oh.
Finish it, Bridgen.
Connor disconnecting made me think that someone else had died.
Nope, Bridgen, your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna hit it this time, but this time I'm gonna yell. This is a spicy meatball. I'm gonna
Your ladle
Go for it.
bursts into flame.
That's a cocked die. Let's try again. A 10 with plus. I'm plus 8 though, aren't I? 'Cause
10 plus
warrior
numbers.
stuff. 10 plus 8, so 18. Hits. Cool. How many flames are 2d6 or 2d8?
2d6 fire damage. So if you can give me the
my
fire
normal-
damage separately. So do the normal
Yep.
damage and then the fire damage.
So that is 6 crushing damage. Bludgeoning, sorry.
Yep.
And then 7 fire damage.
Very, very nice.
Does the dragon breath hold over to the next attack? Is it for like the turn? Or?
It is until you turn it off.
Okay, we'll go it again then. 18 plus 8, 26.
That's a hit.
Yes.
And that's going to be 8 plus 3, that's 11 bludgeoning. And 9 flame.
Very nice. Very,
And
very
then
nice.
as a bonus action, I'm just going to use one of my basic simple spells. Spells, basic action. I'm going to shout healing word at myself. Because how much damage? No, hang on. How much damage do you take, Clarence?
Oh, I took a fair hit. I'm about like 30 odd HP down.
Oh, right, so am I, and I've got way less health. So
Yeah,
I'm going to
you-
healing
you-
word myself.
Heal yourself. It's all good. I've got some snacks in my bag. I'll eat them in a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to do a level 1 simple healing word. I'm going to shout the word.
Palpol.
No, it's got to be something tasty.
Your batter.
Palpol's delicious.
And that is also true. Sagwala. I shout Sagwala,
It's good.
Oh man.
and I gain D4 plus 3, which is not a lot, but it's something. And that's the end of my turn.
Okie dokie. Jolly, jolly good. Locke, your turn.
Gonna do what I did last time.
Okie dokie. As good today as it's always been. Let's,
Yep.
let's see the
Been
fireball.
working out pretty good, so I do the gestures. I summon the runes in front of me. I say, fires consume you! Q. 15.
Hits.
Excellent. 20, what? 26? Whoa! Oh, I rolled really high. 26 damage.
Very nice. The mushroom obliges and is consumed by fire. Dead as a dead mushroom. Cool. Congratulations. The guardians have been slain.
Phenomenal.
But what were they
execution.
guarding?
Well, presumably the
cave.
cave or these poor tortured souls.
Do we continue with the bonk and cut plan?
You know what? You can bonk and cut. I'm just going to. I took a little bit of a
I think
snack there, so I'm going to have a snack over here.
Okay.
I'm also a little bit worried about when we launched that fireball. I noticed there was a shivering in the cavern. Perhaps the roots of these fungus creatures go deeper than we first anticipated.
Or, and hear me out, the heat caused one of those effects where it pulled in the air and created a chill on the non-burnt mushrooms. Maybe they're just a bit cold.
I love that thermodynamics is is a thing that exists in your universe.
Look,
No.
these people cannot be left here, and we can't just kill them. So I am going to cut down the one that I bonked. Are they still unconscious, Rob, or not moving?
One of them is, the other one is still screaming constantly in pain, so you bonk
Right.
him as well.
I'm going to bonk the second one to shut him up.
Okay, you
and then
need
I'm
to
gonna
make
use-
an athletics check. Sorry, a athletics check to be able to cut them down safely.
Right, I'm going to grow large and use... I don't have a ranged axe. Did I lose it? I thought I had a throwing axe.
But by being large, you do have reach, so you're able to kind of, at the very least, you know.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pop one of my many uses of growing large for being a bard. The bard's kit is very strange, so I'm gonna giant smite myself into a. I just grow large for like the next minute, and then you want me to roll a flex check with? It's a strength check with advantage, then, isn't it? 'Cause I'm large, because that's not how the ability works.
Yes, that's correct.
So, over to the dice cam chat. Hopefully you can see this dice. I've got to move the camera a bit. I'm glad for advantage. We got a 3 and we got a 12. 12 plus. Oh, I know what's going on, chat. I will fix it in a moment. The screen is mirrored. That's why you can't read my dice. They're back to front.
Yeah.
My character sheet, though, has plus strength. Plus 7. And you said acrobatics, yeah?
Athletics.
Athletics. I am not. I'm half proficient, so only plus 4. So 16.
Okay, you fail. You try to cut the mycelial threads, and they are tough and they are rubbery, and all you do is kind of like agitate them, which causes them to spasm crazily, and spores fill a 20-foot area point in the cavern. Creatures in the area must make constitution savings. Okay, cool. It's a cloud of spores is like erupts just here, just to the southeast of you, and settles down on the ground.
So not on me then.
On you know.
That's bizarre. I shout.
What's bizarre?
The spores.
Sorry, I can't see you. I'm quite far away. Just nibbling on some meat.
Bridget, I think we should leave these poor souls alone.
Well, then we should euthanize them, right?
I'll burn them.
They're spoiled.
Oh, that doesn't feel good.
Here, let me. And Caverns walks up, chipper as can be, and takes a big old swing with his greatsword.
Okie dokie. You take a big old swing with your greatsword, and you hear in your mind the last dying words.
I have a ring of mental protection, so I probably don't.
Okay, you hear
I am
nothing but
numb
white
to
noise.
this person's screams of anguish.
Okie
They're
dokie.
silent to me. This is just a bunch of goo.
Okay, cool. You don't find out what happens, but they just die. You put them out of their misery, and
the best.
you feel better for doing so.
The way you do it so heartlessly, while myself and my wizard friend here can hear it all, I turned to Locke and I'm like, ooh, like, a bit cool and collected there.
I turn back and go, onwards, comrades! And my smile stays for just a tiny bit too long, and then I turn around and sort of like begin wandering into the dark.
Locke, is it possible that he's either a robot or a lich?
I mean, I feel like he can take some hits, so he can stand in front of us, and that's great.
Right, let's.
You want your cookout or not, Bridget? All right.
Could I
Means
roll
to an end.
perception to see if I overhear that comment about how I'm good at taking some knocks and should stand in front of everybody?
Oh, I'm not quiet about it. You definitely hear
Oh,
it.
fair play.
This is just how luck functions.
I'm gonna pop a short rest and chew on some celery.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, if we're taking a short rest, then I say, friends, I have something that might aid us in our travels further into the cave.
Pray tell.
You must grab my hands, and I hold them out, outstretched.
Gladly.
Would you like to touch Locke?
Touch me!
Are we doing this before or after I've ate the jerky, Lock?
You can eat the jerky while it'll take a while.
Okay. So I hold hands and I've just got jerky and celery hanging out my mouth as I chew and restore some hit dice.
I just like recite mystical arcane jargon for like an hour as I cast telepathic bonds as a ritual. So for the next hour, you two willing creatures and I, we will be able to communicate telepathically through our bond that we just share right now, and it's possible over any distance.
Cool.
Sorry, just like as a player out of character, I still have the ring of mind shielding on. I'm just like, and as a character, after hearing what you're doing, I let go of your hand and go, well, if you don't mind, I'm not too keen about people talking inside my own skull, so you two can chat away if you would like.
Okie right. Locke and Bridgen are telepathically connected. And yeah, no one gets into Clarence's head, it would appear.
Nope.
I guess we take a short rest.
Yes, yep. Feel free, take a short rest. Spend some hit dice to regain some hit points should you wish. And yeah, so you've got a couple of options available to you. You can either explore this bit of cavern, this bit of cavern, this bit of cavern, or this bit of cavern. So you've got 4 sort of directions to go in. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So
Okay, let's show the people at home the map.
let's see. What does the map actually look like on your screen? Be interested to know. I might actually log into the stream
Use
for a
my
change.
arcane recovery. Ooh.
Oh.
Right. Who should take point here? Who is a better Underdark explorer / tracker / perceptive person?
Who looks the most hardiest amongst us? One who perhaps can take the greatest hits should an ambush arise.
I mean,
wonder.
Bridgen's
like,
got a weird
look,
chip on his
Clarence.
shoulder that he should be, from all the food and his stodgy stature, that he should be hardier than he is. It's like, I can take it, Locke. When in reality, I've got half the hit points of the barbarian.
Bridget, please, I'm more than happy to lead the way into this perilous adventure.
And as you're saying that, I walk this way.
One has to take the rear, and I shall take that rear.
I found a dead end, guys!
Excellent job.
You do not find a dead end.
It looks like a dead end. I was wrong. Come this way.
Spider webs and mold cover everything inside this room. A rotting wood table and a set of shelves stand along the far wall. Glass jars, a mortar and pestle, and various other alchemical supplies lie scattered about the place.
Can I have a look closer at the jars for potential ingredients?
Absolutely, what a good idea. You, most of the bottles and jars are ruined, but a few of them are in fairly good shape. And you, with your culinary skills, you identify a few immediately. One of them is a potion of superior healing.
Ooh, I've
Bit nice.
lost it. There we go. Cool. Potion of superior healing. Cool. I'll just write that on my notes for now and add it to my count sheet later. Is that how many D8 is that? Because the potions are all like they're always so lower than I think. Like the normal bog standard potion is like a D6, isn't it? Or something.
D4. 8d4.
D4. 8d4.
8d4 plus 8.
Bit nice.
8d4 plus 8. That's pretty good.
I move
My
forward
plan,
as
if anyone
well.
goes down, is to animate the bottle and fly it into your mouth. That's the
Jug, baby.
special delivery.
You also find a notebook containing instructions for concocting a potion of longevity out of fungus and a pint of blood from an archfey, all harvested within the past 24 hours.
So note
Written in curious
on-
handwriting. So a rather spurious list of ingredients for a potion that you know how to make in a bit more ethical way.
You
Potion
said
of longevity.
it was harvested in the last 24 hours?
That's what it asks for as an ingredient.
Oh, okay.
Fresh blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, kind of gives you a sense of what, and it appears to be written in the same handwriting as the Xanthoria text. So I imagine it's Xanthoria's sort of own personal notes. So yeah,
This might have
looking
been
around,
Lich's-
yeah, sort of first attempt. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, looking around, you can see that it's clear that this is an experiment that has been kind of undertaken a couple of times, but any kind of sense of success or any evidence that this potion has actually worked is not here amongst the ruined jars and bowls.
Right. Onwards then.
Okay.
Onwards
Alright.
indeed. Shall I lead the way?
Do we want to burn the mushrooms on the way back through the
good.
main passage?
An
Like,
excellent
or at least
idea.
burn them a little bit to see how they react, because we saw them react to fire earlier, right?
I think we should torch as we go.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna
Burn it
before we
all
start
down.
firing, I'm gonna use my animated torch to, like, as we come back into the room with the fungus. Some of it's not burnt, right? Because we fireballed only half the room. Like, torch it a little bit with my living torch just to see the reaction from the fungus.
You set it alight and it just burns.
Interesting.
It's a rather kind of slow burn because everything here is sort of damp. So
You know, when like a magic player draws a land, they're
burns
like,
very
interesting.
it burns very slowly.
Resolves, you say?
Okay. Right. Where do people want to go next?
Well, Clarence is going to wander off into this sort of the deep part of the cave and look towards. We have one way deeper this way, but we also have a door over there which seems to lead to a greater hallway. I'm not entirely sure which one we should go down. What do you think?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I'm intrigued by what we see over there. It's like a little circle of something
Let's
in
go.
this hall.
I'll stand back
You-
away from this.
I was about to say you lead the way, but you want to stand back. Okay, here we go. Right.
I'll lead the way into passages, not into enclosed spaces.
Fair enough.
You make your
I'm
way
gonna stand here.
into the room. In the center of this oval cave stands a ring of brightly colored mushrooms ranging from 3 to 8 feet tall. The air smells heavy with mildew.
More.
How tall are these mushrooms?
Between 3 and 8 feet tall.
Do we just torch them?
Yeah, I try to see that they're growing in a circle. Does that signify anything? I make an investigation around the room. Is there anything else amongst these mushrooms that would indicate their purpose?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, I close my eyes. I enter my mind palace. I look at every single aspect of this room, and I get a 23.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is not a room. It may look like a room, but it is not a room. This is in fact a doorway, because this ring of mushrooms is in fact what is known to the common folk as a fairy ring. If you were to step upon or into the center of this this circle of mushrooms, you will be teleported somewhere. Where, you cannot possibly say. Likely to be somewhere in the Feywild, based on your experience and knowledge. But yeah, there's no real way to know unless you put your foot in there.
And are there
Shall
any
we-
tracks leading to this circle? Like,
Not that you can see.
huh?
Shall we perhaps put a park that one? Shall we say? Should we put a pin in that one? Go have a wander around and then maybe take a blind leap into the Feywild a bit later.
I suppose. I imagine if I was a messed up druid lich, I would be going around in little fairy circles. So this might be a good spot to jump to find.
Okay,
this,
I get the butter out. Like, is it time to lubricate up just so we can fit through small spaces?
Oh, yeah, I don't think you'll need
Oh,
the butter
you
here.
found
Brendan.
him there.
We found
I
a
mean,
secret circle of magic teleportation.
Oh,
Clarence.
you lean around the corner on there, it's like greasing up my armor with butter. Like, are we going in then?
oh dear. Are we?
Do we want to look around, or do we want to go into the phase circle?
I feel that deeper into the cave itself will be where we find the Lich, and not in this portal to another world. The Lich is in this world, not another.
Let's go have a
good
wander
point.
around. Let's go have a wander around.
We'll put a pin in this one.
Put a pin in it. We can come back if. I was going to say we can come back if you've done all your homework. Right.
After
Go on,
eating
Clarence.
your veggies.
Well,
Lead the way into the next one.
I say we wander this way.
The video game explorer in me is confused as to why we've left one room unchecked, but Bridgen's like, yeah, whatever, I'm cool with it.
It clearly leads us to the next dungeon, so we want to make sure we 100% this floor first, right?
I have one desire, and that is to see the fungi spores eradicated from this plane. I do not care for treasure. And I knock on what I think is a door here.
Yes, it is a door.
I would like to see if I can open the door.
The door is unlocked, and it's made of mouldy, kind of mushroom-covered wood. But the doorknob is quite clear, and you open the door and are able to step inside.
I take a quick look and say, "Does anyone want to go in?" It seems pretty dead-endy.
Take the lead.
By all means.
Clarence sighs and wanders through the door very, very carefully, and he would like to see if he can kind of vibe out the room. Is he about to fall into a big pit? Is he about to fall?
Let me set your vibe. The air hangs heavy and rotten in this terraced cavern. Patches of brightly coloured mushrooms dot the upper terrace, in the middle of which is a narrow stone staircase leading up to a roughly hemispherical lower chamber. So you're on a high level now, going down into a lower level. The walls of this lower area sport murals of animals and fae depicted in fungal relief.
I would like to see what kind of story this fungal relief is telling.
Okie dokie. Make a religion check.
Sweet. So that's ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, it's a 10.
Okay, cool. Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, whack.
Oh.
Only good things.
12.
Okay, cool. Bear with me while I find a very specific chart.
I should know better
Sounds
than
great.
to look at things.
Okay, so I need to roll. Okay, I need to roll demon. Okay, as you try and study the murals, the colours suddenly start to glow and sort of shift subtly, and the actions of the creatures start to move in a way that is at first kind of hypnotic and then nauseating. And you feel something begin to creep into your otherwise shielded mind as your eyes are the gateway to your madness. And something unfortunate happens to you.
Sweet. Good and cool.
Ooh.
Thanks for taking the lead, Clarence.
Your skull explodes and you're killed instantly.
This is a tomb of annihilation all along.
You stare at the images and you can see that it's animal murals. It's sort of like deer and like badgers and things frolicking in woodlands. And as you kind of stare, you sort of like lean closer and closer to the murals, and then all of a sudden you start to just sort of like absent-mindedly scratch at a spot on your neck and then on your chest, and then before you know it, you are itching all over. Gain the following flaw. I am constantly scratching an unseen fungal infection.
Oh, that's You bastard.
You have
Man.
you have a psychosomatic fungal infection that causes you to absentmindedly scratch yourself constantly.
I immediately barrel out of the room. This is why! This is why I do not go into enclosed spaces! Ah!
I say, Clarence, how you doing there?
Not good! Not good! We're
I just
leaving!
like casually ready a fireball. Like how are you all spored up there?
I'm not spored up. I am simply itching. We are going to continue down this bastard cavern. I shove past you as we leave.
Locke,
as I leave.
make a perception check.
Perception check.
Yep.
10.
Okay. You notice that, like, whilst, immediately immolating him with fire if he's infected by deadly spores is your first port of call. But you do notice that he is just crazy. There is nothing wrong with him, and he's scratching at fungal infections that aren't in fact there, and there is actually nothing wrong with him.
Oh no.
And he looks perfectly healthy, except for the fact that his mind is probably very confused.
I'm staring.
But you trust that he is safe and not, harboring spores of monsters.
So I saw him look at some murals.
Yep. So murals
Glowed.
Yes.
Then he started itching and he ran out.
Yeah.
I tell Bridget, don't look at the murals.
Okay.
They make you itch.
What was on the lower part of the map? Down the steps?
Yeah, these murals.
They're down below.
The lower part is all murals?
They're sort of here.
Alright, well, that was a dead end. An itchy dead end.
Yes.
Okay. So, if we go back out into the open space and hang a right.
Shall we?
Yes. I'll take the lead this time, itchy boy.
I might have pressed a button.
Oh, you've disappeared.
Yes.
Oh my god, Locke has disappeared!
Maybe I accidentally deleted my character.
Locke, you have appeared to have deleted your character. Would you like me to...
Can you control Z it, Toma?
I'm trying.
Oh, no.
No, that's okay. I can bring you back.
Looks like it's just you and me.
I'm gone. It's dark. Help. Help.
Me and the spores.
I've been blind.
Hang on.
There you are, you're back.
Nameplate. Lock. Nameplate. Lighting. Taking his vision.
I love the fact that the model, not the model, the puck, the token that Rob has got for Bridgen is just Guy Fieri.
Yes, I'm glad you got the reference.
Fantasy Guy Fieri, yeah.
It was...
Fuck, that's so funny.
Yeah, it was...
Sending his opponents to Flavor Town.
Absolutely.
Right, what can we see?
Okay. The corridor gets a bit windy and it ends in, if you explore a little bit further, a door.
How does the door look, Rob?
It is a wooden door, similar to the one that you opened earlier, but with a slightly different fungal arrangement due to the randomness of fungal growth.
Okay, I'm going to try and turn... Is there a discernible doorknob?
Yes.
I'm going to try and turn the doorknob, but I'm going to, use my ladle. I'm being cautious about touching fungus, so I'm going to...
I summon the mage hand. I'm like, let me do it, and I just push.
There we go.
Even better. You open the door. Within, you find the stonework of this cavern suggests this area was your favourite place in the world. A kitchen. Pots and pans lie piled on the floor in one corner, as if someone had started to gather them. Kitchen utensils are scattered about the floor, most of them bent and misshapen. Open bags of spices rest on shelves, and rat droppings are evident on every surface.
Okay. Using my inherent culinary knowledge, any of the spices or flavours look like they wouldn't have spoiled? Anything that's like long-lasting or got good shelf life?
Everything here is very nasty. If you were to cook with it, it will definitely do you.
Okay.
You're wrong.
They're covered in fungus.
I'm going to walk a bit further into the room and just investigate a little bit to see if I spot anything else of interest or excitement.
Okie dokie. Make an investigation check.
Sure, I'll pop in as well.
I got a 6. And then my stats. Investigation. Wow. 7.
7. Cool. Yeah, you find nothing of use. Everything's kind of just sort of like bent, misshapen, overgrown, and destroyed in sham.
I turn on my heels and I shout, "Nothing to see here but desolation!" And I walk towards the door. I feel uncomfortable in ransacked kitchens.
Excellent. Well, let's press on, I guess.
No druid here.
No.
So
Find
we're
any
gonna
good
head
spices
back
at
out.
least?
Oh, the spice 8 records on about fucking spices. No, sorry, they're all spoiled. Oh fuck! I've used one of your names. So many names. Clarence. There we go. Nothing,
Thank
Clarence. I found nothing.
Ah, shame. I continue to itch. Now I'm actually itching. This has got in my head.
Maybe I should have. Clarence, try this powder. It'll help your itching. He's like bumping himself with like gone off mace or whatever. No, my character is not like that. That's not what I do. So we head left, do we?
Let us continue deeper into the cave. There is a door to our left and what appears to be, peering ahead, some kind of river north.
Indeed, and you can hear the trickling sounds of water to them.
I would like to go and just see if that's going to help at all. And I take off my plain shirt and go and like splash some water onto the bits of me what is itching to see if that's going to help anything.
You strip down to your shirt and splash some water on you to no avail. You are just wet and itchy now.
If it makes you feel better, Clarence, this is a magical affliction. You are not covered in any spores.
I'm fully aware of that.
Yes, despite that, yes, you itch all the same.
If you just think hard enough, it will go away. Your mind, use your mind, Clarence.
I'm actually going over there, so I was trying to peer upwards.
Bridget, you see a huge pool of stagnant water fills this cave. Blooms of glowing green algae drift on the surface, while tiny white bioluminescent fish flit around the water.
Oh, could any of these fish be salted and used for snacks?
Well, you'll have to fish them out, I suppose.
I'm gonna catch a fish.
Okay.
Fish the mini game.
Make a perception check with advantage as you plunge towards the fish.
Chat as my witness. That is a 15 plus. Just a raw perception, is it? Wait, perception is not a stat.
Perception's a
Yeah, it is.
Wisdom.
It's
It's
a-
wisdom
it's a-
based stat.
yeah.
Oh, so it's a skill based off wisdom. So plus 4, 19.
Very nice. You sploosh and you fish out a tiny silver fish. It's about this big. It's like sort of like a piece of white bait, essentially, and looks pure, clean, and fresh. Unlike literally everything else that you've seen so far in this manky cavern. And the reason for this might be because in the bottom of the pool, beneath the layer of algae, the water itself is pure and clean. And you can see that there is a symbol carved into the bottom of the pool of an oak leaf. The symbol, of Sylvanus, the god of the wild. This seems to be
Which is
a safe, protected pool or some kind of magical pool of water.
I obviously informed the party and obviously mentioned that Sylvanus was the druid's god, wasn't it? I also take the fish and a couple more of them and I just smash them on the rocks. Go into my magical happy sack, pull out a little jar, a bit of brine. I just pop them in the brine. I'll salt them properly later.
Okay.
Redo the jar and then put it back into my magical happy sack.
Okay.
Wait, do we want to take that symbol or anything? Maybe it can protect us from
the symbol
these
is literally carved into the bottom of the pool.
I know that the water didn't help before, but if this water is blessed in some capacity, I would like to stop itching. So I climb into the water and just sit in the sacred water for a bit and hope to God. Does anything happen?
You are restored, and the itching blissfully fades away, and you're
I
left.
do a big cum.
And you desecrate the sacred waters. No, you're left with nothing more harmful than just surface scratch marks where you scratch yourself a little bit too vigorously. But other than that, you are absolutely fine, and the urge to itch has blissfully passed away. The splint in your mind is gone.
Clamber out of the water and go, I will no longer look at things on walls for as long as we are in this cave.
I'm also gonna jar up in not in brine this time, just in a airtight jar, some of the algae that was on top of the symbol as well, just for potential cookery later. Also, you never know when a bit of algae is going to come in handy. I had an awful rash 3 moons ago, and all we needed was a little bit of salted butter, a little bit of algae. I won't go into too much detail, but I spread it in between all of the cracks, between ball sack and leg. But I won't go into too much detail.
Far too much detail already.
Yeah,
Far too
The
much.
algae into there. And I pop it into my magical happy sack.
Okay, cool. Jolly good. Well done, Clarence. You're pure. Bridgen, you are loaded up with treats. Now we have this door here, which I guess is the next logical place for you to look at.
I will summon my mage hand and push it open.
Which door, sorry? This one?
Yes.
Yeah. What about this?
That's just more of the water network. There doesn't appear to be anything interesting here.
Ah, okay. To the door! Mage hand the fuck out of it. Where's the pie? Oh, there we are.
Okay, the moldy bedroom. How delightful.
Oh, wonderful.
This cave reeks of mold and mildew. Delicate white vines with purple flowers drape portions of the walls and floor. A large straw pallet in disrepair sits in the far corner with a broken oak table next to it.
I cannot see anything of use being found here.
Feel like we should just burn it and move on.
I agreed.
I'm just gonna wander deeper and have a. Was it a broken oak table? Did you say?
Yes.
It might be. This looks like the dwelling of the druid.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate the oak table. If it's covered in like really bad fungus, though, I'm gonna do it from afar. If not, I will go up and.
Ooh, I'll do an investigate. Is there any maybe like a journal or something beside this bedroom?
You're better off doing this than me. My intelligence was a dump stat.
Oh, this is my specialty.
Okay. Give us an investigation check then, please, Locke.
26.
Okay.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Examine every inch.
There is nothing. There's nothing written down.
Nothing.
There's nothing written down or anything that appears to be of use here. However, there is one enormous point of danger. The mass of white vines appears to cluster around the bed, and as you approach, you notice that an eye opens and then closes, putting you on your guard. And you feel that if you were to disturb said vines, bad things will happen.
I raise my hands to stop Bridgen from moving any forward, and I say we should walk backwards now.
Counterpoint. If we're trying to rid this land of this fungus, and these vines appear to be connected to the fungus.
No, they are. It's like ivy, but white. So they're not.
So it looks like a completely different plant.
Yeah, totally different. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fuck it. I was gonna say if it's potentially like a hive cluster of this stuff, we probably need to kill it. But okay, yeah. Let's leave cautiously.
Okie dokie.
I attempt to leave, Rob.
Let's get out of here.
I'm
Okay.
waiting in the hallway for you both.
So we only have. Let me go back
Briskly walk,
to map
speed
for
walk.
chat. So we only have one more. So if we come down here, we have one more place to wander down, I believe, which is the one that we skipped earlier.
Yes. which I thought
Otherwise,
would be
it's
a
phase
distraction.
circle, isn't it?
Yes.
It's almost 100% of the level.
Let's go have a look down this passageway.
Much to my chagrin.
Do the conga.
Wait.
Do.
This is so cool. I know that Clarence can see things that Bridget can't looking at the stream. So this is going to be interesting. Clarence, you see the following: a large room, obviously, and
Rooms!
within this room, he says, filling space while he flicks through his pages. You see the stench of you smell the stench of rot pervades the air in this cavern. Several stone tables covered in suspicious-looking red stains stand amid several rusty cages. So just to clarify, these are tables, and these things are cages. These rare boxes.
Could I do a
hold up.
little... Oh, sorry.
You can do a little poo in a minute. The 2 foot, a 2 foot deep coating of grey fog blankets the floor. And in the classic D&D way of describing a room, the most obvious thing is described last. 2 huge reptilian creatures with 12 legs apiece crawl on the ceiling.
Yeah, I love how we notice that last. Like, oh, there's gray fog on the.
How often do you look...
That's how the cutscene in the game would work, right? It'd be
Yeah.
like fog, it'd pan across
You
the
hear
floor,
a
and
screech, you look up. Oh, gee.
and then
I raise my hand. I turn. I go. I unsheath my greatsword. And I take a very cautious step into the fog, keeping my eyes on the reptiles.
Okie dokie.
Just going towards what I can now see is a little door behind us. And just giving it a little just a little pokeroony.
Oh,
Okie dokie.
Nothing bad, nothing major. Just seeing if the doors, want to play ball today.
It is an unlocked door.
I thank God, and
are the reptiles just not reacting in any way? Are they kind of oblivious?
can I? Do I
they are-
recognize the reptiles?
They are scuttling around. Make an Arcana check, Mr.
My
Mr.
specialty. As I say, when I 23.
23. Jolly good. They are Behirs. They will shoot you with
They're on that new magic card.
They are indeed. They will breathe lightning.
Uh,
They will bite you, and then they will eat you. So they're like even faster purple worms that shoot lightning.
Are they weak against anything? Do they have notable vulnerabilities that I could exploit with my magical powers?
Not really, no. And they are obviously immune to lightning, so at the very least, don't use that. You know that much.
Do I know if Behir meat makes for good food?
You know that Behir meat is kind of like eel, so you can get a good jellied Behir.
I hate to break character, but I fucking love eel sushi. Carry on.
And I tell you all this telepathically because I did that ritual thing, and that's not for
You
nothing.
tell this to Bridget,
Behir.
and Bridget is
Don't use
immediately
lightning.
getting eel sushi vibes in his head. So, but these things are scuttling around on the ceiling, and they haven't really reacted to Clarence's cautious movement.
I'd like to take a little step inside this corridor, which appears, at least on how the Behirs are being represented on Roll20, it appears to be a bit too narrow for the bastards to get in.
That is true, although they are huge long rather than huge wide. So they might be able to squeeze through narrow gaps, given their serpentine shape and nature.
That's not me going towards them. I'm just showing chat how big these things are.
Yeah. Well,
Fucking hell.
I think
I
I'll
can-
take a... Oh?
Go ahead.
I think I was just going to take a couple of cautious steps into this corridor away from these. Kind of assuming that people will follow, but obviously if they have other plans, I'm not going to stop them.
Okay, so Clarence, you've made your steps forward, so let's take a step away from you. Bridget and Locke, what are you guys going to do?
I say telepathically, it seems our friend has turned the corner somewhere. Do we want to follow him?
Yes, I think we Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna cautiously follow too.
Yep. Go for it.
You creep ever so carefully around.
And now it's my turn. Oh
Now
boy, this is great. I
How
say, Bridget, are you dead?
Rob, am I dead?
You are not dead.
Hurrah! I don't shout that loud. I'm like telepathically, hurrah! I've made it.
I would look like a big coward if I did not follow you right now. Okay. Here I go. And I go.
Ooh. 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 Eh.
Okay,
Go
jolly
through the door.
good show. Jolly good show. The scent of decomposting vegetation is overpowering in this area. Creatures of all shapes and sizes are partially entombed in fungal growths, resembling a horrifying botanical garden. Ancient mushrooms as large as trees loom overhead, and puddles of stinking goo dot the floor.
Well, it's
Wonderful.
either this or the Beheers. So, sorry, I wouldn't know that. It's either this or whatever those things are. So I reckon we should look into this corridor, and if it appears to be yet another bastard dead end, only then should we fight the things in the other room.
Considering the fact that we're finding things that look like they've either been harvested or experimented on, I think, yeah.
We might be getting closer, yeah.
This is, and don't forget, the smell isn't so bad. I've got a giant stick of burning cinnamon and cloves, haven't I? So, like,
How much of that which is more overpowering of a scent?
It's about it's now the cinnamon is starting to be overmatched ever so slightly now that you've gotten this far deep into the.
I'm gonna swap it out, Rob. I'm gonna go into my habits. I can pull out a leg of glazed ham with like cloves in it, and like swap it over for a stronger smell, a rum ham. So there's now a floating rum ham with like a just torch on the end of it.
Okay, that does a good job of pushing the smells away. Clarence, would you like to lead us up through the corridor?
I will as I drool a little bit with the smell of currently
Rum
boiling
ham.
glazed ham. Oh.
Guys,
I have some snacks in my pack that I may just pull out and nibble on as we have a little walk, because that is making me very pecky.
Well, what I'll do, considering I feel like we're getting into a precarious situation, I am actually going to throw dried duck fillet jerk to my teammates. I'm going to use bonus actions as we wander to snack them up, so they've both got inspiration. And I can also, I'm going to put my, so as I give the snack to Clarence for him to chew upon, I'm going to oh, it does it to both of you. So as you start chewing on the snacks, like the aroma seems animated almost and spell-like, and it wafts around you. And you're both got a moat of potential that covers you for the next 10 minutes, as well as the inspiration, which can be used for ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. We'll come to that if those things are relevant in a minute. It's just like extra bonuses.
As you do, 1 second. As you go to hand an additional snack there, Bridget, make a perception check.
Let's see it. I got a natural 20, but there's a -1 now on my character sheet. Perception. No, it's a +4. Wait, 24.
Okie dokie. For the first time, you get to see the nature of the snacks that your companion is nibbling on. Clarence, would you describe the kind of snacks that you're kind of snacking on?
Well, they're just any old snack that you might find at a local haberdashery or local town market. You know, it's dried meats. It's
He's a cannibal.
Nice flayed bits of skin that have been dried over time. You can tell there's a ring on one of them. Just normal things that a normal person carries about on them. And he's happily nomming away on them.
Okie dokie. You recognise human biltong. How do you feel about this?
Well, obviously, I'm talking telepathically to Locke at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, our friend is a half orc. He's not full orc, and he's eating human. That's not good.
It
That's not
doesn't
good.
bode well for us if we fall
Well-
in this adventure.
Yeah, well, I mean, perhaps he might kill us in our sleep as well. That's the other thing. How do we know he's procured these in a way that is actually ethical? You jumped straight to ethical cannibalism. I'm like, hold up, there's a few steps to get there, my friend. Secondly, I've read plenty of stories in my time about how cannibalism turns you a bit mad. Don't know if that's just a Candlekeep story fictitious thing or a truth, honestly. I've never really looked into it. Do we just keep him at arm's length? Perhaps not long rest with him?
You've both
Not
been
one to
quiet
judge,
for very
you know?
long.
I'm not one to judge, but it is a little odd that he did not want to partake in the telepathy and seems to be guarded on some things.
As Clarence asks, I start to mime a completely different conversation where I'm like, I
Yeah.
hold up the jerky to lock, and I
His
like,
jerky's real good.
and I'm pretending to do little wings with it, and I'm like playfully putting it in his mouth. As I'm like, I think he's a fucking cannibal.
Make a performance check, Bridget.
I rolled another natural 20. This dice
Oh!
is good. Plus 13. I scored a 33, Rob.
Fucking hell.
Cool.
I'm a bard, Rob. I performed the shit out of it.
I begin to cry.
Really solid. Yeah.
You're overwhelmed by this magnificent performance of jerky
Oh,
enjoyment.
here comes the aeroplane.
A chef and an artist. My heart aches for you.
I don't know. We'll cross that river when we get to it, Bridget.
Yeah, we need to be aware of the long rest.
Yes.
Because he may not be a killer, but I don't want him to wake up and find him chewing on, like,
He might
my
feel a little
arse.
peckish, yes, in the future.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
ridiculous.
All right,
I've got loads
moving
of
on.
facts already. Anyway.
Wiping tears of majestic bliss from your eyes, Clarence. You see that the tunnel leads to a dead-end cave supported by...
Oh, did Clarence take my snack? Did he take my duck jerky?
I believe he did.
You did?
I did, but in a kind of yes. I'll eat that, and then I put it in my pocket.
You're still inspired by just how good it looks. I'm just
I
saying.
was
Yeah,
more
and
inspired by
as you
the-
said, the
by the
smell,
peacock
the aroma,
aeroplane.
good. So.
Yeah.
The tunnel leads to a dead-end cave supported by a natural pillar of rock. The chamber contains a riot of fungi and tree-sized mushrooms, as well as more puddles of ooze. Gotta love that ooze.
A dead
Under one of the giant mushrooms is a robed figure. He says, moving to the right thing and revealing. Ta-da!
Clarence sword.
Is a robed figure. A robed figure works furiously on a vivisected deer, blade across a moss-covered table. 10 feet away. What? Oh yeah. Hang on a second.
I'm just moving here for viewer. I'm still behind them.
Okay, no, we're not hiding. No, that's
Not
not.
really.
Bridget's a
Takes
little
the
bit
front.
upset seeing some ruined game.
Okay.
meats being fucking-
As you approach, the figure slams down the knife and it's on the vivisection table and says, "More disturbances. What is this?" And a hideous face turns to you. Where there once was a head is now just a skull, and basically a skeleton dressed in a mushroom is probably the best way to describe this being. It's whatever robes is once worn have now become entirely organic and flow like the mycelial threads that you saw in the room previously. It demands to know what you're doing here.
Let me handle this. Clarence unsheaths his blade and booms in a very intimidating voice. I am Clarence Deaflip, and I have had it up to here with these fungi ruining my town. If you are the one causing this, you're going to have a very bad day. So step away from the deer and lie down on the fucking floor. And he begins to walk over, trying to intimidate.
Okie dokie. I like the. Let's give me intimidation with advantage for that sterling soliloquy.
How'd you find? Ooh, that's pretty bad. A 17 was my best.
Okie dokie. To a normal person, they would have cowered in terror. But as you step forward, let me just grab you and let's move you forward. With your sword drawn, the grinning skull kind of tilts its head curiously and says, "No, I don't think so." Make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit. Probably not very good. A strong 4.
That is a powerful 4.
I should have used the inspiration dice to try and intimidate more. Oh well.
You are so as you step across, as you step towards the creature, runes appear at your feet, and a magical symbol appears. Locke, make a Arcana check.
Okay. I'm like, ooh, intriguing. Oh, I rolled a 20. I got a 30.
30. Okay, cool. You identify this as a symbol spell. Very powerful magic. You step on a symbol of stunning. A stunning symbol, one might say. And
That's just me, baby.
You are stunned for 1 minute.
Holy shit.
That's a long time.
Clarence immediately.
Will he be able to say attempt to break from the stun each turn with some sort of check? Oh, was this too high level for that?
And you're visible if you decide to trigger the grid. Hang on, let me just read. Symbol has a lot of words. Inscribe the grid. Stunned for 1 minute. I want a failed save. Yep. Just stunned.
Nope, there we go.
Duration until dispelled or triggered. So,
is it
if you can
is it a charm? Is it a version of charm, or is it what's the?
It is an abjuration.
Abjuration. Okay.
Yeah, you freeze in place. Everybody roll initiative, including.
Here we go.
Here it is.
Oh, shit the bed.
I got a.
Nice.
I mean, mine makes sense. I got a 5.
On theme, yeah. 14 for me.
14.
I got a whopping 9.
9.
Oh, this is great. This is going swimmingly so far.
Yeah, this is going great. So that
Fine.
is...
I only had 90% of the hit points on the team.
Yeah, exactly. It's only...
A minute is only 10 turns, right? It's fine.
Exactly. You'll be fine. Let's just...
10 turns? I thought it would be 6.
One...
I thought a turn was
one round
6
is 6 seconds.
Oh, I thought one round was 10 seconds. Oh, never mind then. Whew.
Yeah.
Somebody wake me up.
That's gonna not be
Well,
good.
That's what Locke's gonna do, right? Locke's gonna...
7...
Locke, you're my key.
I look at Bridget and I'm like, just shaking my head.
Well, psychically, you tell me whether you can get him
I
out of
say,
it, right?
he's fucked.
Okay.
Oh, 8.
There we go.
Okay, so... all right, my turn. Let's see. The creature turns to you, and Locke, you immediately get, like, serious Lich vibes from this thing. But it begins to cast spells in a way that is completely alien to you. These are not arcane spells that they're casting. These are druid spells.
Dang.
So let's kick things off, I think, with let's go with a bit of a classic. Okay, let's go for something protective. She casts her hand out around her body like this, and a circle of fire begins to appear around her. You have responses?
Counterspell.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck him up!
As she's chanting, I'm like, I don't know what this spell is going to be, but I want to stop it. So I attempt to interrupt the creature that is in process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell 3rd level or lower, the spell fails. If it is casting 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spell casting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a success, it fails. So I need to make a ability
DC
check.
14 ability check.
What's your spellcasting modifier, Locke?
That's a good question.
Just 10 plus level, and then you got to roll.
My spell attack is plus 12, or modifier is plus 5.
Plus 5. So, do you want to use inspiration or not to guarantee this goes off? Because it's plus 2.
Yeah, I have inspiration already. Yeah. So
no, I'm saying, do you want to spunk it now, or do you want to hold on to it? Is the question I'm asking.
I'll use it now. Why not?
Well, I mean,
Okay, so additional D10.
You can, I believe, you can use it after you've rolled, but before you know the result.
Let me.
So
I'll
roll
check
first, and then
Okay.
look at the dice. If you're happy with it, then say no inspiration. If you're not happy with it, add inspiration. But before I tell you what the result is.
Okay.
So
Yeah. It says here after the ability check. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Okay. So D20.
Mm-hmm.
Plus my modifier would be 14.
That is a success. You managed to grapple the magic out of her hand. So the wall of fire begins to move around her in like a protective barrier. And you, to begin with, it's a bit of a tricky one because druid magic is weird and alien to you. Your magic is all like trigonometry and like angles and stuff, and this magic is like crazy shit. It just sort of popping off all over the place. It's really hard to like get a handle on each element and being able to close it down. But you managed to get your head around it and collapse it down into a series of flickering fractals that then like just disperse. And you remove my fire shield, or my wall of fire, rather. Good job.
This is Xanthoria.
This is
either the easy way or the hard way for you. The choice is yours.
There is only one way, she says. And, yeah.
I want it that way. Sorry.
Snaps her fingers. And, Bridgen, you hear a rumbling behind you.
Oh no. The years weren't her past. We're pets.
A very manky-looking tree comes to life and tries to swat you from a distance. Bridgen, does 14 hit your armor class?
Nope. Bounces off my plate.
It sure does. And that's another miss. Damn you, Treant. Swings and misses. Done. Lock, your turn.
I look beside me. I look at our stunned companion.
You cast dispel. If you have access to dispel magic, you can try in free clarence. No,
Do
okay.
not.
Cool. Moving on.
Oops. Unless I can counterspell it. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work.
So I said a bridge in my mind. I've got an idea. I'm going to try and I've got the algae that's soaked in the water from the restoration pool, right? I'm gonna try with my action surge to both attack and get some of that water onto our stunned friend and see how that does. That's part of the plan. I also might summon a wall to just like cordon us into this room so we're not getting attacked by treants from down the corridor.
So I look.
That's my thought on plans, by the way. So if you can, like, I don't know, kill the Lich while I'm playing wall restoration duty.
All right.
You're a powerful wizard. You're level 15. God damn it!
She's made of mushrooms and stuff. I'm going to just freaking. I will firebolt her. Yes.
Well, do you not have a high level offensive spell?
All right, fine.
It's a fucking Lich.
She has. All right, fine. You know what? Big guns. How about that? Big guns. I go to her and I say, fine, you have chosen violence and you are up against Lock Soggy Smith, and that will be the last name ever uttered to you, Xanthoria. For I will summon my most powerful magics I aim a blast. It's a thin green ray that I shoot out of my little index finger, and I shoot a disintegration ray at her. And
Oh no!
I will also use my portent, so I know what I'm going to be rolling for it as well to hit. Oh wait, no, it has a saving throw, so I know what it's going to get its saving throw. It's going to be, I don't know if you can read it, but that's a 5.
Okay.
So I portent.
You've portended that I'm gonna roll 5 on my saving
Yeah.
throw. Okie dokie.
Let's see how much damage happens.
Okie dokie.
Wait, you fire a disintegration beam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it's a lich, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it works. It's not Finger of Death. This is like actually just literally.
I thought it was gonna be like necrotic damage and just do absolutely
Oh my
nothing.
God.
Oh no,
all
no,
the
it
rolls.
absolutely does
She just
not.
gobbles it up like spaghetti.
It's force damage.
It's like in Suburban Commando when Hulk Hogan drinks the antifreeze. Anyone else get that deep cut? Anyone? No. What a
That's
fucking
all.
movie!
Now I need
That's
to
a
go and
lot.
watch that, apparently.
What a film!
The Lich tries to like sees the ray coming at them and tries to dodge out of the way, but suffers some temporal interference. And Locke, you nod knowingly, and the
I've seen
disintegrate
your
ray
doom.
strikes it straight in the chest. On a failed save, the target takes 10d6 plus 40 force damage.
Ooh, mama!
So
Roll it.
please
I
roll
rolled
that
it.
damage.
D&D Beyond lagged on it, by the way, on how much damage it was. 79 damage.
79 damage. That's a lot of damage.
Kapow!
That's pretty good.
What did
I
that
like just
philosopher
like-
once say? Kachow?
Bazinga?
Bazinga? Kachow?
Cool. You blast it, and the mushroom kind of robes and stuff all just disintegrate away, revealing nothing more than a skeleton beneath. But it's still standing.
But
Does
it's
it look
almost...
at least winded?
It looks like
looks
it's taken
hurt, right?
a lot of. It looks
Doesn't
hurt.
have lungs! How
It-
could it be winded?
Good point. It looks staggered, but still standing. Very good try, Locke. Anything else?
I'd say surrender!
Okay, cool. Bridget, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna reach for items that have been put into my happy sack recently because they're always available at the top because it's a magic happy sack. I'm gonna take my jar of algae, and as my action,
Yep.
I'm gonna turn it into a dancing item so it can act on its own. So I lead into the jar. I'm like, "Fly, you fool!" And I throw it, and it springs to life and flies off towards barbarian face. As a bonus action, I can then make it do stuff. So I can make it.
Lying on the floor like...
I'm going to do the bonus action in a minute. As my action surge, I'm going to use my other ridiculous spell that bards get, which is Performance of Creation. So I can create one non-magical item of my choice that if I'm 14th level or higher, it can be huge. That costs less than 200 gold. So I'm going to block the passageway off by summoning, I don't know, a longbow, a tremere. Like just summon a tremere into the passageway so it just crumbles. Because I can unsummon it later. So we will have to dig our way out of this. Just to block the treants off. So I fly my bottle of water, algaed water, at the barbarian, and I just summon a really big fucking boat. The biggest boat I can cram into the hole.
Okay. And by tremere, do you mean trireme?
Trireme, that's it. What's a tremere? What even is
I have
that?
no idea.
I the one you get in Civ 2,
Yeah.
the one that the first boat you get when you can when you have lighthouses. I don't know.
Yeah, trireme. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Success. You summon an enormous boat. It crashes down. And
I waft some soup and the fumes just turn into a boat.
Food wizard.
you are indeed a food wizard. Okay, cool. Anything else?
So then, the flying bottle of algae with water from the restoration pool in combat shares my initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but only the action it takes on its turn is the dodge action. But the only action it takes on its turn is the dodge action, unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take another action. So I'm going to use my bonus action for the turn to tell it to fly over and pop itself open over my barbarian's face. I'm asking it to unload its load. Just wet algae all over his face.
Jug.
Okay, the bottle shakes itself up vigorously.
And I shed a tear as I see
really
some
going for it,
premium algae just going to waste.
And then the cap slowly starts to twist, and then the tip just pops and splashes glorious sylvanic water all over the back of Clarence's head. And Clarence, you are restored.
Yes.
Nice.
Always bottle the algae. I say this every time, Locke. Every fucking time.
Scream. Ah!
That's me. I've shit away like 2 of my big ones and my action thing, my Bob, the second win thing. I'm done.
Okay. Jolly good. Okay, so next up it is Clarence. You are now free to go about your business, and while you do that business, I am just gonna run to the loo quickly, so I'll be right back. But do your dice rolls and etc.
Oh, sure thing. Well, I'll wait for you. Yeah. I'll wait for him to get on back. But I think what Clarence is fixing to do is to stand, brush himself off, and immediately go into a rage. In order
Seems
to
justified, honestly.
just yelling. All pretense is gone. It's just going to be obscenities, lengthy diatribes, a tirade or two, even as he goes and like attempts to turn this lady into, or Lich rather, into the various small pieces of delicious bite-sized Lich. That's the plan.
Bone marrow snacks.
Yeah.
When you rage, do you get another attack?
I don't actually know. I rage up for a minute.
You get resistances to damages, don't you?
So let's see. I have advantage on my strength checks and saving throws. +3 melee damage with strength weapons, resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. Can't cast or concentrate spells whilst raging, and yeah. So I have advantage to strength shit and additional melee damage with weapons, which is pretty.
And
fun.
can't be charmed, right?
I
charmed or feared or something. One of them.
Like I can be charmed unless there's like a second part of my rage.
If you're on roll 20 or beyond D&D Beyond, if you click it, it gives you a lengthier one on the right hand side.
I see.
So if you look at like, for example, attack roll and you click it, it goes from telling you the target creature your choice. It gives you a full on like explanation of the ins and outs of it.
No, it doesn't seem to.
Oh, okay.
I'm immune to being charmed.
I just know the barbarian in my paper group had it for a while.
Oh,
it must,
wait,
must
no,
else.
I do. I think it's a secondary part. It's mindless rage. Can't be charmed or frightened whilst raging, and I think it's that's like.
Like a feat or something. Okay.
No, it's just an extra level. My feats are linguist, savage attacker, and chef.
Oh, I need to take the chef feat.
You don't have the chef feat.
Nah, I'm all performance, baby.
That's ridiculous.
All my feel.
Clarence, what are you up to?
I
You're gonna
learned.
be a chef if you don't have the feet.
I have a copy of Ottolenghi in my dungeon pack. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm not seeing you summon boats made out of bread, mate. All right, I'm just saying.
No, but I'm about to summon this bread, the bread of a reward that we're gonna get from killing the Lich, because I'm gonna fucking stab it.
The bread of infinite rage.
For you, I'm going to stand, brush myself off, look at this somewhat unclothed, horrible skeleton Lich, and immediately go into a deep and furious rage and charge forward with my greatsword, just fucking yelling in one of the 6 languages that I know. Fuck it, Draconic. We're just yelling, we're just swearing in Draconic now. And I'm going to attempt to twat the Lich. Where's my? Okay, so let's see. I will attempt to do a punch.
A punch?
No, sorry, a stab.
Oh, good. I thought you dropped your sword. I was like, no,
I'm
don't
not
do that.
I'm not that angry. I think that was 23 is the first one.
That is a hit.
Cool. And because I'm in a big old rage, I am going to roll my 3d6. But I do get +5 onto that. Yeah, that's decent. I'll take 11, 16 damage on my blade.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nice.
I am then going to make my second attack, which I will. I'm just going to roll it in person because it's fun and funky and fresh. 12 plus 7 is 19.
Misses.
Misses on a 19.
Yep.
No.
Don't forget you're still inspired.
Beefy.
Oh, yes, of course I should have done that. You're right. Never mind. I will remember that for the future. And then I do actually get a bonus action where I can attack. Whilst I'm in a frenzy, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of my turns.
Okay.
So, let's go again. Nat 20.
Oh, my
crit.
boy.
Sweet. So I add an extra d6, don't I?
Yep.
To the roll?
I think you also add another one because you're an orc, half orc,
Do
right? I think half orcs add on crits.
Let me have a quick little look.
I could be wrong.
Oh, maybe.
Are you a full barbarian? Completely.
Yes. When you score a critical hit, roll one of the dice an additional time. Yeah.
What's that called?
Savage attacks.
Savage attacks.
So that's
Do you
like
not have?
5d6.
Do you also not have brutal critical from being a barbarian, which gives you another one?
Depends on the
I
type of
think that
barbarian he
increases the
is.
crit range.
Hang on, let me have a look.
2 additional damage dice for melee criticals.
Yeah, level 13. Yeah, level
that's-
13 barbarians get 2 extra dice.
Well,
That's
there we
7d6,
go.
Right?
That's
Is that 7d6?
It's like a fireball on a sword.
That's a fun little hand of dice. And I am going to use my savage attack here to re-roll this and pick the best one.
Okay.
And then it's plus 5 on top of this. All right, let's go.
Oh god.
All right.
D6.
Oh my god, I might not need to use savage attack. This is pretty good. So let's see. That's 10. That's 20. That's 29 plus 5 is 30. What do you call it? 29 plus 5 is 34. Let's just do one. Let's use the savage attack because I do get to do that once per turn and see if I can get better. 12. So 34 or 12, 18, 28, 30, 28 plus 6 is 34 plus 5 is 39. We'll go with 39 damage.
That's half a disintegration rate
For
of
one
damage.
hit. For one hit, yeah, not bad.
Just
Gas the rest of them all!
you score an incredible blow, and you slice off the head of the Lich, which crumbles down to the ground. Unfortunately for you, cutting off a Lich's head doesn't actually stop it, and it is still moving around quite energetically. You have not killed it, but you have dealt it a tremendous
Like a chicken!
blow. It is now running around like a headless chicken, still able to...
Well, it's stronger now. Now the head can attack us.
I take my last action and I point to the head of my sword and go, fucking get it!
If we boil the head, we can make a broth! I shout.
Shut the fuck up and get it! You twee bastard!
The headless skeleton snaps its... no, not going to snap its fingers first. First of all, the headless skeleton puts a hand in your face, Clarence, and a wall of water explodes out of it.
A counterspell.
Okay, come at me, counterspell boy.
How many of those do you have? How many slots? How many slots?
I have one more. Well, I can use a higher slot too. I have slots for days.
Okay.
So.
Oh really? Cool.
So I got a 19 plus 5, so 24.
24. Oh, you mother hubbard. Okay, I was about to cast the 8th level druid spell called Tsunami. And as the huge wall of water is preparing to descend, Locke, you just come up and...
I'm like, nah, no.
At least we had a boat to get in.
It was made of bread.
It's magical bread.
Locke, what does your counterspell look like as this as you undo this tremendous looking spell that's about to descend?
Just an ethereal, glowy hand, disembodied hand, floats over to the Lich's head, which is now on the ground, and just goes kind of like shh on her. What I do, I just shush her.
Shh.
Like it.
Nice.
I like it. I like it a lot. The next Xanthoria, frustrated and depressingly unable to get Clarence out of her face, which really was my plan, snaps finger, and some backup appears.
Oh.
Oh no.
Not from the boat-filled hole, though, I assume.
Oh, jeez.
A bloated, boar-headed, flabby-chested demon from the nether hells, with tiny wings, weirdly, and enormous tusks.
God, it's Ian Duncan Smith.
Appears and roars in defiance. What can I do? Nothing immediately, so let's move along. Treant. Okay, cool. You made a trireme, did you not, sir?
I did. I made the biggest boat I could fit in that hole.
Boat made of what material?
I assume. Well, it's magically cured breadwood. I assume for all intents and purposes it's just wood, but thematically it's bread.
It is indeed wood. And given that it is
Incredibly stale bread.
a treant can move through said wood. Let's.
What? They can just walk through wood?
They're made.
Oh no, that's dryads. That's and also it's old.
Connor, don't say they're made of wood. That's like saying a human being can walk through other flesh.
I wanted to walk through the wood. That's really annoying. Fuck you for the addition. Okay, cool. I will have to start attacking the trireme then. Okay.
But hang on, I'm going to look up if there's got to be stats for a big fucking boat on D&D Beyond, right? See if it's got hit points.
I'm going to start attacking it. I am a siege monster, so I do double damage to objects and structures. So the treant starts pounding away at your boat. Moving on. Locke, your turn.
Do I know what this creature is that just got summoned beside me?
Yes, it's a popular one with evil spellcasters. Make an Arcana check.
My specialty. All right, I got a 25.
Okay, this is a Naufeshni.
Ah.
A large demon is immune to poison and is resistant to basically everything: cold, fire, lightning, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. And it's really good at scaring people and attacking people with its big claws.
Okay. So I look at it and I'm like, yes. Now Fashni. It has to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh,
As I point at it.
oh no.
I say goodbye.
13?
You had to make a 20.
Okay,
And
cool.
as I say goodbye, I do a little thingy. And I summon a little circle around it of runes. And it gets sucked down through this now impromptu portal that the runes created. I banish it.
Oh wow, nicely done. Simple and clean. Look at that.
And it makes like a little sucking sound as it gets sucked into it, like a little bit of that.
Oh, Fantastic. Not even face. You came prepared today. I'm impressed.
I
I'm very
look over at the Lich and I say, "You disappoint me, Xanthoria."
Anything else on your turn?
I
can't
want to
believe
gloat.
I didn't even get to yeah, it's so good. Yeah,
I want to
you,
gloat. Can I take a bonus action to gloat?
you may gloat.
See,
Brilliant.
the problem was your first mistake was trying to fight me, Xanthoria, and it's also going to be your last. I'm just going to act smug.
I've been looking for ships, but the only ship in the actual like OG books and stuff is a sailing ship, which is like 2,000 gold. It's obviously not that. So yeah, I'll leave it up to DM then. Right? How many hit points would a ship that can fit in that hole would be?
I'm saying that a boat that fills the space with 150 hit points, and I'm factoring it as best I can, doing double damage with my thumps.
Speaking of double damage, I'm gonna charge this fucking Lich. Okay. So I'm gonna run over here. Can I get to here without getting opportunity attack? Because I'm not leaving threat range.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
So I get advantage for flanking, right?
Can I say something to Bridgen or no?
Go on. What's up?
I say hit it with your best thing. I have a feeling it will do very well.
Hit it with your best shot. Can I do you get advantage for flanking?
Not
is that a thing
not for flanking and not big. You're not a thief, so you don't get advantage.
Okay, I won't. Oh, I will get matters. I can't run away. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna hit it with my best thing. Yeah, I'm gonna shout. How many dragon fires for my blade do I have per short rest?
What? Sorry.
The dragon fire on the.
It's just activated every short rest. Once per short rest, you can use it. So
okay, cool.
You haven't used it since.
It's time for a spicy meatball! I shout, and we'll go to dice tray.
You don't have to, because I foresaw what you're going to be rolling.
So that's not a crit. 'Cause it's not a natural 20, I assume.
I don't know.
You will roll a natural 20. This is what Portent does.
Sick! Yeah. Let's fuck them up. Okay, in which case, that means I
Thank God
need to close all of these search bars looking for ships.
Good idea.
And go back to my character sheet. Okay, so I'm hitting them with a crit, so it's double damage. Double damage dice.
So as you swing at the Lich, you hear Locke's insufferably smug voice in your mind saying, "Good boy. That's my boy."
All right, look at me. We don't double the dragon's breath though. Just the great dice.
Just the weapon damage. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so the first one of my attacks is this one, which is 8 plus 1 plus 3. Do we add the bonus damage on double? Yay, nay?
You don't double the bonus damage, but you do add.
Just the extra.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 bludgeoning.
Yep.
And then 12 fire, because I'm a god.
Very nice, very nice.
And then I'm going to do my great weapon thingamabob again. That's a feature or a trait or something. What's it called? I don't know what it is. But it's Great Weapon Master. On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee attack, or reduce the enemy to 0, I may then make another melee attack as a bonus action. So, melee attack number 2. This one I'm going to go for the -5 on.
Yeah.
To try and do the bonus D10 damage. Huh! I rolled a 2.
Okay. It's not good.
It's +8, so it's 10. -5, it's 5.
Cool. You miss spectacularly.
Cool. And then I'll just use my second attack from my fighter class. So we're going to go again. Do I -5 this one? What do we think, kids?
Well, yeah, Bardic Inspiration. You can help yourself with it.
No, I can't inspire myself, I don't think. I've given it to you two. I don't think I can do it myself. And I haven't done it on myself. What can a Lich's AC be? It's got to be relatively low. I'm going to -5 it again.
I did like an 18 to hit and it missed.
Excuse me? Did it?
I for my second attack, I did an 18 to hit, and it just...
okay, I'm not going to -5.
What does your heart say, Bridgen? What does
14
your heart say?
plus... 14 plus the... It's 8, isn't it? It's +8. So 22.
Yes.
Hooray. 5 plus 3 is 8 bludgeoning. And 5 fire.
Very good.
I'll start healing next turn if this Lich actually succeeds in hurting us. Just saying.
Okay. Cool. Good job, Bridgen. Next up is the now fashioning, which has been banished. So, Moving on. Cool. Fuck
This
me, I
spell is
guess.
so good.
Okay, let's. I think it's time for the last bit of backup. I think.
The last bit of backup.
I hope it's a humanoid shape so I can try and charm it.
Okay, so that's. Oh, okay, that's what those things are for. Okay, fuck that. Okay, Clarence, you'll go.
Clarence, still mad with anger, but very impressed by all of the magical bullshit, especially the stopping of the tsunami. Big fan of that. In fact, for a moment, he falls out of his rage just to go, ah, at our wonderful wizardy pal, for that classic trick. Then takes his sword, lifts it, and attempts to bring it straight down into the skull of the Lich.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll for that. And I'm going to add my Bardic Inspiration dice, because that's a 17. So it's a 1d4, was it?
1d10 at this level.
Ooh!
And you're
High
using it
level
on
bard.
and you're using it on an attack roll, right? So your mote of inspiration says, the target and each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet must succeed a con saving throw, or it takes thunder damage equals the number rolled on the inspiration die as well.
Okay,
Okay.
so Constitution.
And it's but
Sorry.
the con saving throw is against my DC for some. It's very complicated. So it's a 16. Is the
16.
con
Okay,
save.
so let me do the con save first.
Oh wait. I have just realised I hit anyway because I've got a +7 to hit, so I'm hitting on 24.
So don't use the inspo then.
I'm not
Leave
going to
it?
use the inspiration
Okay,
dice.
no inspo this time.
I'll
No
probably
inspo.
use it for the damage.
Hashtag D&D inspo. It's the new thing on Instagram.
You
So
can also
does-
even like recklessly hit it to get advantage.
Does a oh god, sorry, I've never played Barbarian before, so this is all very new for me.
That's okay.
Sorry, what's the reckless MacGuffin? When you make the first attack of the turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. But attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn. Yeah, I'll be a bit reckless.
Yeah.
I'll be a sexy reckless boy.
And then if your second roll is shit, you can then go for the inspo on the second roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Start laying it all up. Layers. Like an onion.
Yeah, cracking. Sweet. Well, I mean, I'll roll again because you might as well. I've got a 17 again. So yeah, 24 to hit.
Nailed it.
Let's do some damage. So 2d6 plus 2 feels bad after the 66 plus 5. Oh no, 2d6 plus 5. And I will probably use the inspiration dice after this. So, an 11 goes up to a 16, and I'm going to roll that d10 now for inspiration.
Okay.
That's an 8.
So hold up. So you're spending inspiration. So I need to make a con save.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I got-
So con save of 16.
Okay, I got 14.
So you take thunder damage equal to the to the roll of the inspo.
It's
So
8.
what-
So
Okay, so that's 8 more damage. Yep.
yeah. So 8
And
damage.
you've spent your mote of potential.
And then the scent of duck wafts as lightning strikes. So then
Quack.
we've got a solid 8, 13, 19 plus 5 is 24. 24 damage.
Okey-dokey. It's if you were to apply a food element to the thunder damage, what would you say it was, Vince?
It would definitely be oh fuck. What is a food that's it's the crunch of pork crackling.
Oh!
So instead of a pop, you hear like a clunk of like the crispiness, and you can smell a waft of the slightly umami meat smell in the air as it pops.
Beautiful.
Okay. That is the smell that comes down as your blade cleaves the body of the Lich and straight through the skull in twain, and you destroy the Lich. Smashing it to pieces, it falls apart.
Yeah. I'm not saying the thunder damage finished it off, but
Without that pleasant gift of yours, I do not believe we would have won the day, and the rage begins to dissipate out of my body a little bit. I'm calmed down. I've chilled.
I'm going to pat Soggy Smith on the back and be like, Jesus Christ, you wrecked him. Sorry. You wrecked that Lich. You wrecked them.
I just walk over to the body and I look at it and I just whisper under my breath, pathetic.
Cool. There's a big smash, and the treant smashes through the boat.
Oh.
No, my boat! I can only summon one of those a day!
Rampages forward. Clarence, while you're caught in your lack of rage and your kind of celebratory situation, I'm going to roll with advantage against you.
Please do.
24 versus AC.
Oh, that hits, baby.
Okay. Take 22 points of bludgeoning damage from the first hit.
Yep, that's fine.
And
Tickles.
Oh,
and 17 from the second hit.
oh, easy.
As the thing just comes in and just smash, crash. Thinks it's going to send you flying and doesn't, because you are very much still standing. And it looks rather confused and raises an enormous foot with an aim to squash you in a treebeard fashion. But before we go, Locke, your turn.
I'm going to take a... Can I take a step back?
Good idea.
Maybe another one? And one more. Okay, now that I feel a little bit more comfortable, I'm gonna firebolt it.
Okay.
As you do. I say, from the powers of the primal fire, destruction comes to you. 25?
It's
11 fire damage.
very nice. Okay. That is fine damage. So.
I might be a little bit low on spells now, so.
Okay, Bridget, your turn.
I'm going to try and hold it in place with Hold Monster.
Ooh, fancy.
So, yep, I uncorked one of my flasks and I woofed some scent towards it, and it smells like, I don't know, what's a food that no one likes?
Oh.
Brussels sprouts. Brussels
No
sprouts.
one
Just
likes
woofed.
Sprouts.
Well, oh, Rob, you would. I'm going to woof Brussels sprouts at it. It needs to make a wisdom save, a DC 16.
Okay.
Otherwise, it is held for a minute.
Okay, DC 16 wisdom saving throw. 9.
It is held for 1 minute. The spell has no effect on the undead. At the end of each of its turns, though, the target can make a wisdom saving throw. On a success, the spell ends on that target. But it is now classed as paralyzed.
Yes, it is. So, being paralyzed means you have advantage for attack rolls, and I believe you crit automatically. Let me just double check.
Go, my barbarian friend. Prune that hedge.
My conditioned, yeah, so incapacitated, attack rolls have advantage, and automatic fails saves. See condition below. Okay, cool. So is incapacitated also. Can't take actions. Okay, oh yeah, any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if you're within 5 feet. So,
Sweet.
yes. Cool. So, good job there, Bridget. Clarence, your turn.
Clarence takes a little bit of time. Just how tall is the tree end? Does it like fill up the thing?
It's very, very, very tall. It's like an actual tree. It's like sort of 12, 13 feet tall.
Well, and you say that they auto fail any other saving roll.
Correct.
Cool. Well, Clarence is just going to look up at the tree, smile, and say, "Suffer," and attempt to use intimidating presence and just scare the tree whilst it can't do anything. Which it would make a DC, a wisdom saving throw of 13, but because it can't, I imagine this is just akin to sleep paralysis, but real. And then I'm going
Are we torturing treants now?
my character is not a nice person. And then Clarence is just going to almost lazily just take his sword and just start chopping away at the 1 foot that's left on the floor because the other one was up in the air.
Yeah, good idea.
humming a lumberjack tune.
Whistle while we work.
I'm a lumberjack. I'm
I'm
okay. I sleep
okay.
all night and work all day.
Roll me for D20 on the floor. Where is it gone? That's an 18. And
Don't forget you roll with advantage, yeah?
yeah,
You got
roll
that.
with advantage. 18, so it's a crit. So hello 4d6, 5d6 rather.
Oh, do you crit on lower numbers because you're barbarian?
It's an auto crit because he's paralyzed, right?
Oh, of course it is. Oh,
Yeah.
so you just do shit tons of damage.
Yeah, so we're just going to do a choice 5d6 damage plus 2 because I'm not in a rage anymore. I'm humming. And I will take the savage attack on that one and re-roll. So that's 7, 10, 16 plus 2. So that's 18. But we can do better. So 18 or 10, 18, 19, 20, 21 damage from that.
Okie dokie. You hum away, hacking gleefully as you do, and then the ankle snaps. There's a groan, and with a triumphant timber, the tree falls down and explodes into a pile of splinters.
Cursed beast. I sheathe my great sword.
Is the Lich dead, or is it just like kind of dead because we don't know about phylacteries and stuff?
Who knows about
And we-
factories and stuff?
Well, no, as adventurers, we would know, right? We fought a Lich last time.
Literally,
there was that
did,
story
yeah.
of We've also fought another Lich on another occasion, like supposed according to our backstory. So we know this isn't dead, right?
What happens when does it simply reform or does it reappear somewhere? Or you fought liches before, you say?
I
Yes,
looked a lot.
I will use my knowledge of such arcane things.
Yep.
And roll a 4, so I got a 14.
Okay, cool. You know that only arcane spellcasters are able to become liches, and the fact that this is a druid, you have no idea how this thing's phylactery could possibly work and how it could possibly come back to life. But you know from you know enough about it to know that it is a lich, so you know that it will come back to life in some capacity. So you got to work out what to do with the corpse, I guess, or find its phylactery.
I relay that to my companions and I say, I have an idea. We burn everything. Burn it all. All of it. This entire place.
Could the druid's god like restore this druid away from this unlife, death, and shit? Says Bridget, not sounding very articulate.
Both are very good ideas, but I think I have a slightly better one. I'd like to go and pick up the bits of Lich, if that's at all possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go and throw these into that fairy portal, and they can deal with this.
Wait a minute.
The problem is that doesn't necessarily clear up the fungus issue, Mr. Barbarian.
We burn the fungus here, surely.
But that doesn't stop all the. There's a citywide infection.
What if the Lich just returns? Is my concern.
Am I able to sort of see if is the fungus not receding? Like, is it just sort of staying as normal?
Nothing has changed.
Huh? Nothing has changed.
Say again?
Nothing has changed, as far as you can see.
Fine.
Yeah.
Throw the Lich behind me. Let's go find the factory or whatever it was called.
Honestly, if I was a Lich, I wouldn't even bother to reanimate itself. It was very pathetic.
It was a
Maybe
loser.
we boil the head. Has anyone ever tried boiling a Lich's head before? That's got to have some sort of negative effect on its ability to come back to life.
Have you ever boiled your head?
No, I haven't. But I'm also not undead.
That idea sounded like you might have tried it at one point.
Wait, I investigate this room. Maybe it's dumb enough to keep its phylactery in the same room that it's hanging
just-
out.
We probably should look around.
Make investigation/perception checks.
That demon you banished isn't coming back in like 5 minutes, is it?
No,
1 minute, I'm concentrating on it, so it won't. Well, I rolled a 1, so I got 11.
Okay.
me go into my mind palace.
I rolled a 9, so just ignore me.
Okay. Clarence, searching the room.
Oh yes, why not? Sorry. 15, which becomes 15.
Good.
Very respectable, Phil.
You find underneath the dead deer that has been splayed out on the table. Underneath the table, you find another notebook full of scrawlings and ramblings, and flicking through it, you realise what Xanthoria has actually managed to achieve.
My God, they have achieved
Lichdom.
Lichdom.
Basically, what they have been able to do is the phylactery for this lich is the spores that have spread throughout Faerun. So,
we knew that was mentioned earlier.
In theory, the lich could come back to life in any one of the spores that are anywhere in the world that have been infected by human or mortal beings. So this thing could come back to life in its entirety anywhere in the world it chooses, where the infection has managed to spread.
We have to purge the entire world.
We have to find a cure for this fungus.
However, there is sort of the nerve center of all this is the body of the original lich itself, which is currently in your kind of possession, I guess. Destroying it by normal means is just going to exacerbate the phylactery process. So you need to.
So we need to do the opposite of destroying it, preserving it. So here's my idea: we pickle the lich. Whilst we figure out what's going on. Whilst this conversation is being had, I'm literally getting like pickling gear out of my magical haversack.
We could try pickling it in the water of that pool. That seemed to have a negative effect on all of the weird spore garbage I was dealing with.
That seems like that seems like the obvious thing to do, but I'm very scared it just like reanimates a lich or whatever, you know. But maybe that
what's
is
the worst case? If they reanimate, we'll just kill it again. Like,
maybe we should long rest for our slots first. Then,
if we long rest, it will definitely come back.
If you long rest,
I say we haul this.
It's got to be at least 4 days, right? It needs to be 4 days in like.
It's D4 days. So if I roll one,
D4 days.
If I roll one, it will come back to life.
Okay, we're gonna pickle her in restorative water to try and preserve her. So I'm pulling out like whole cylinders out of the top compartment because the bigger bit.
Well, do you have any more of that algae water that you used to?
Well, we do. We have a whole pool of it in the other room.
Yeah, I think we just dump it into the pool.
Nice.
Well, no, we jar her because then she's trapped in a jar, and we all know that's one of the easiest ways to imprison any magical being. Is trapping them in a jar.
We put the jar in the fairy world and let them deal with the jar.
No, because then we just spread the sickness further. So we go back to the restorative room. The restoration pool. We pour as much of this Sylvanus blessed water into my pickle jars. I add a little bit of salt, a small amount of acidity regulator. I don't know, maybe a bit of lime. I'm literally just making that up. I don't know if lime actually regulates acid. Chat, don't use this in your home cooking. And then we're gonna pickle in restorative water the lich.
Salt, some vinegar.
Okay.
Just hang on, before we put her in, may I suggest we put like a little bit in, see how it reacts.
Yeah, okay.
Just like
I literally snap off one of her toes and drop it into the restorative pool. What happens?
The toe is covered in the worst, absolutely the worst state of athlete's foot you've ever seen. And you snap it off very delicately and very carefully, and the smell that comes off of it is absolutely horrendous. And you drop it into the water, and it is sizzled and purified to be pure white bleached bone, entirely devoid of athlete's foot.
Okay, in which case,
bastard in.
Well, we're gonna pop it. I'm still scared that all the fungus comes up, and it's still like yeah, pop it in. Just pop it in. Fuck it, and it goes.
I toss it in like one might toss a sack of garbage into the apartment complex's dustbin. Flomp.
Like one of the bodies from Auntie Donna's House of Fun, straight into the bin.
You hoof it in there, and immediately the spores are eaten and dissolved. And the pool itself, all the algae upon the pool, starts to kind of fester and bubble and starts to dissolve as well. And a glowing light appears in the bottom of the pool as the Lich is dissolved. There's a final scream of pain and a flash of light. And before you stands...
well, not stands, they're floating in a jar.
No, before you, but on top of the water...
Oh, okay, sure.
Is an ephemeral image of a golden white stag. It speaks to you.
Which is Sylvanus' avatar?
In a language... Does anybody speak Sylvan?
I speak Sylvan.
Okay.
I speak like...
I telepathically say to my wizard friend, what a weird fucker.
It speaks to you in a language that you don't understand, but Clarence, you hear the language and understand that it is Sylvan, and the voice says, "Thank you for restoring my lost child to me. She has caused much damage to the balance, and hopefully nature will be able to restore things to the way they were. But without you, this would not have been possible. And for this, you have my thanks and my blessing." And a halo of white light appears around each of your heads.
I smile, I bow my head, and in Sylvan I say, "Thank you, kind avatar. May I ask one simple, humble request of you for the work that we have done here today? Just one small thing.
Of course.
Would you be able to enchant my hometown, the land that I love, and the center of tourism in the local area, with a blessing to make sure that everyone who resides there grows up big and strong and full of tender muscles?"
No.
I remember to smile.
I asked Bridgen, he's going to be a problem, isn't he?
I don't know what he's saying. I don't speak Sylvan.
Yeah, I understand what's being said. The avatar bows low and says, "You wish nothing but good for your people and your hometown. I will make sure that always the animals are plump and fit, and that the crops always grow strong for your people. This is a simple boon for a great service you have done.
I bow.
It in thanks."
I do nudge Clarence and say, is this stag thing going to get rid of the infection in the city where the cookout happens? Is that part of the deal you're brokering?
I look and say, the spores are burning away. The infection has already been dealt with. I was simply offering our thanks and our support for the natural world. We have done it, comrades.
You have indeed done it, comrades. Well done, chaps. You have successfully rid the evils, rid the world of the evil of Xanthoria's spore-like curse. Had you let her live, or destroyed her and not destroyed the body, she would have reappeared somewhere else in the world and continue to wreak poisonous havoc. But as it stands, now having purified the body, all the other spores become neutralized and completely inert. So everybody is now fine and safe. Everything is good. Clarence returns to his hometown and finds a whole bevy of healthy, strong, fit townsfolk to enjoy. And Bridgen and Locke, you return to Chimbar, to the chili cookout. Once again, as per usual, Bridgen, you are the winner, and Locke gets a secret audience with the dragon tyrant himself. What goes on in that conversation is a tale for another time.
Oh.
And
Was the Fey portal? Did we miss the fact that Sylvanas is a Fey god, and that would have gave us some information? Is that what we missed? Was it?
well, I'll go into that in a second.
Okay.
So that brings an end to our adventure for today. Well done. You have successfully succeeded in the adventure. Moving forward, what lies ahead? Well, there are rumblings, definite rumblings, of an ancient evil returning to the world. And perhaps you guys might be involved in resolving it. But we will find that out next time when we bring our characters back together. So for now,
At some point in the next 6 months.
I thank you very much.
Allegedly.
And we will call it there. So, really good show, everybody. Good job. Thank you very much.
Really nice. That was proper.
I can't imagine how hard some of these modules actually would be without an actual wizard on the team. Because you can summon big boats, but it's not quite the same as like banish.
It's fine.
It is.
Rob had a
fine.
lovely time with his
It was really frustrating, given that I wanted them now fashioning to like fear you and have you all run in different directions and then like destroy you. But yeah, it was fine. And although the wall for the treant was very much inspired, because my original idea for Xanthoria was to cast Wall of Stone and cut off Locke, so that Locke had to deal with the treant, and that was kind of like how I imagined the fight going. But you dealt with it in a really cunning and clever way, so I'm really impressed. You did.
I'll try not to summon boats in future. It gets a bit old if every situation like the largest boat I can fit. Just in it goes.
counter every
what I mean?
spell. That
I like
was,
that you used the environment. You used the environment very well and kind of intuited the magical properties of the area quite well. So that was really good as well. And FYI, the fairy ring doesn't actually go to the Feywild. It goes to the 222nd layer of the abyss.
Oh,
that's not as good.
No, which is the
this
layer.
isn't a favouring at all. They lied.
The lair of Zugtmoy, the kind of the demon lord of like fungus, and basically it was Zugtmoy that corrupted Xanthia and made her go crazy, and the portal it doesn't go to the Feywild, it goes to the abyss, and you go mad with mushrooms if you go through there. So, and that was the itching was an effect of Zugtmoy's influence on the area that you experienced. So
that's cool.
that was that. There was a couple of things written down in some journals in a room that you didn't explore, but so that's all some of the backstory.
That was the one past the lightning monsters.
Yes, yeah.
I was assuming that past them was going to be the big bad, so like finding her in the alleyway behind the bins was quite surprising, to be fair.
Just having a secret little wank session in the corner. Right, that was very fun. That was good. What we'll do is we'll sling a raid over to someone. Jamie's online, Jamie Topple, so we're going to raid over there. Thank you for everyone who hung out. We had some viewers, which is good. People who did not, a few people said they came in late. If you want to see this in its entirety, it will be up on YouTube probably Thursday, Friday, Sunday, one day later in the week when I haven't got anything else going out. Thank you everyone for joining me. Toma, Connor, Rob. It is fun as always. If people are watching this on YouTube, there'll be links in the description below to people's socials and their content creation platforms. On the case of Rob, just Twitter, I guess. Anything else you all want to add before we call it a night?
No, that was just lovely. And a bloody lovely time.
I'm glad.
Yeah, good.
Great. And thanks, Rob, for running it. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you, Rob.
Definitely.
Excellent. Wonderful. Sorry I kept interrupting you constantly.
No,
Sorry, I countered all your spells.
I all those things are wonderful. As a DM, I like to be your constant foil, and you did an excellent job of foiling me this time. So it was a pleasure.
Wicked. Right. Thank you all for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, hit like, hit comment, hit subscribe, and all that jazz. And there'll be another one at some point in the future when schedules align. Other than that, jump in the clown car. Let's go say hello to Jamie. Don't swear until you get in there. If she's swearing, I think she does swear, but don't do it until you find out you can. Right, ta-ta for now, kids. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah.